How's it going, everybody? I am Kyle from Fancy Forge Studios. How's it going, everybody? I'm Kyle from Fancy Forge Studios. Sorry, everyone else can hear me, but you guys couldn't. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
We are joined
We're
by
here.
only two of our players tonight, unfortunately. So we have no Connor, we have no Cole, but we do have the handiwork of both Zill and Yuki to look
As
forward
always.
to today.
Welcome to the next episode of the Zill and Yuki show. We need a theme song.
Yeah, you do. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Zill and Yuki.
Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum.
Yep.
And waffle.
And wow, that's true. I'll tell you, it's Connor and Cole's fault for the shenanigans that they just come into the shenanigans, and it's like, well, you weren't here to.
Yeah, they like cause it, and then you two have to clean it up.
Oh gosh, I opened it on my phone and it's not muted. Sorry for any echo that just happened.
I didn't even
That's
hear
all good.
anything.
I didn't hear anything
You're good.
either. You're good. I love. Okay, one thing I will say is I love these mics because they don't pick up a lot of ambient sound, which is
They're pretty good.
Really nice.
They're very nice mics.
yes.
Quick comment as well. Kyle mentioned that we're gonna have a new Be Right Back screen. I'm really excited to see it.
I'm also excited. Which you'll have to let me know when it happens so I can run around to see your screen.
Yep.
Because,
Yep.
guys, we're on hard times right now.
On death's door.
In desperation to hope it would work better, I opened Microsoft Edge.
Who?
Yeah. Hell froze over.
It didn't help either, which makes it even worse.
And even your email was like, "Hey, what is it? A new login to your Google account."
Yeah.
It's like, ooh,
So if
Edge.
you want to support my Venmo is at. I'm kidding. I'm
Have
kidding.
you seen that? So I noticed during sorry, this is a little bit of a diatribe, but during graduation season here in the States, it's a thing now that graduating seniors on the back of their window are like, "I just graduated. Donate to my Venmo," or something. And it's like literally like in puff paint on the back of their car windows and stuff. I really wonder how many people actually
That's
like
crazy.
isn't that nuts? I'm like, people like, there's kids driving around just giving their Venmo to everyone. It's like, "I graduated, donate to me," or
It's
"Give me
it's no different than people who like get married and they invite like the millionaires in their state to like the weddings because they just assume like they'll write a card and then basically like the card will say something like, "Oh, it was great seeing you here," and then like the secretaries will assume that you know them and so they'll send a gift for like the wedding.
Why didn't I think of that?
Max, don't be like that.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Horrifying. No, but
Although
people go to
one time
crazy
when I was in
lengths.
seminary, the like 3 blocks over was a very, very nice neighborhood with like a lot of mansions.
Oh yeah.
And in the center of this circle was like a freaking compound of who is supposedly the richest man in Colorado. Oh my goodness, that house was so nice.
The one by the diocese, right?
Yeah.
I know exactly
You know
what
which
you're
one I'm
talking
talking
about. I
about?
know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, because it's like
It's
in the
like-
it's like Cherry Creek area. So like you got like all like the super old money that's down there, and
Yeah, and it's like their plot is like 5 of the neighboring plots smashed together. It's insane.
that's crazy.
Big gate. They've got a whole field house down on the other. It's insane.
Do they have horses?
I don't know.
That's
Do
the
they
important
have
thing.
do they have Silent Suzuka live in there?
I don't know.
Sorry,
I've only been around
Do
it,
they have
but
played
it was
a lot of Uma Musume.
beautiful house. We are way off task. We're here for some Everlast.
I
What
know.
are we doing?
It's been a while.
One
We
thing-
catch up.
I will apologize to everybody. So we were supposed to do it while in the States, and for those who have been tuning in and know, you know, but my computer freaked out when I plugged Dane's Focusrite into my computer, and I literally had to factory reset everything. Fortunately, I was able to get all of my files and stuff. I was able to download those, get them back onto my computer, so I'm all set there. But setting up my Stream Deck, setting up my OBS stuff again, like everything I had to completely redo. And so that has been one of the biggest pains in the butt. But hopefully we're good today. We're running at like 90% of like what I normally had like on here, and so we should be okay, I think. Unless something drastically crazy happens in today's stream, I think we're solid.
Well, something drastically crazy will happen. Whether or not it's related to our technology, hopefully not.
That's
Are
true.
we gonna recruit a dragon for our
I've already tried to schmooze him, so...
I'll tell you, Smoldran likes us. Sorry, this is going in over the head. We'll talk about this in the stream. But let's get the dragon. Luxalia's not here to tell us no. And Belbin's not here to be like, heck yeah, let's do
Wait, you
Yeah.
have the wrong background.
I do, yeah. I didn't change it.
It's really pretty. That's the one on the desk mat.
It is, yeah.
Plug
This
for
is-
the desk mat. I love that desk mat.
This is what is this place? Starscape?
Starscape.
Starscape. It is one of the main cities in Everlast. Probably the main city in Everlast, right?
Really?
It's rivaling one of the biggest cities in Everlast. So
There we go.
technically, it's either that or Port Grandium. Port Grandium is gigantic. So, yes,
We've been there.
you've been there.
We
Done that.
have. It's kind of weird. It's like I have so little understanding of the sprawling lore.
Mm.
Think I've got the lore of where we're at pretty
Pretty good.
good.
But it's just a bunch of water. So,
You'll
Yes,
just
of
you'll just
water.
have to talk to Kyle. I feel like I'm learning some every day. It's
Oh, I
great.
know. It's great. I love everything I learn, but then it's like Starscape. I'm like, I don't even know where that is.
It's smack
And
dab
it's
in
not
the
like it's
center.
Middle Earth where I can just go like Starscape.
You know where Folden Rock is?
Kind of.
Here, can you see this? Sorry, we got a map.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
at the very tip, like where it meets. The inland sea meets.
Great.
Yep.
That's where Starscape is.
I forgot we have a labeled map.
it's pretty
Anyway.
nice. You
I
can
know I
tell
got us off topic
you
again.
can tell it's been a while, guys. But that's okay. We are here, and we are going to continue on with the story of the meeting of the keys. I feel like since we've been streaming for like what 2.5 years. Yeah. We're all set. Since we started this journey, everything's kind of been building up to this climactic point of the meeting of the keys, where they were sent off by King Nalgora Cragheim to go recruit King Farron of the Fashion Fae, and also go find Aldreg Montablair, who is the keeper of the Storm Key, or Sky Key. But yeah, and they're finally returned back to Flomberge, and shenanigans has happened. But before we get into that, before we go into the depth of everything that we've done since it's been a month, let's have our players introduce themselves, starting with Zil.
Hello, I'm Max. I play Zill, the party tank. So my job is to get hit, which causes a lot of annoyance of the other party members, because I start getting stressed when my HP gets low, but my low HP is still like more than their max HP. They're like, get over it, you're fine. So that's fun.
It's okay, guys. I'll increase your guys' audio on my OBS. Give me a second.
He is the Orphan of Helix, the future Refinium prospector, because he wants to be a blacksmith extraordinaire, make the best weapons in the world. Well, make the best something. I don't know if I've ever actually specified.
Well, you got to make the best broadsword.
Yeah, I know. I
Refinium
still owe you a broadsword. That's why I'm trying to get a forge put into the boat.
We got one put into the boat.
Yes, we did. Oh boy.
Or you're in the
or it
process
will
of
be
getting one put into the boat.
Future Refinium Waffle House. And the Teapot of Madness. There we go.
So here's my question. I know we've gone over this many times. Why is he the Waffle House? Are you literally Waffle's house? Is that why?
Well, Waffle is my pet mouse, and he kind of just chills with me.
He's living
So,
inside the
I'm
armor.
I'm just thinking about the time when Zill shared a water breathing mask with him.
Yep.
Gross.
I mean, the original nickname that I wrote down was the owner of Waffle, and then in parentheses Waffle House.
I like it.
So I
Better.
feel
Feels
like
also
we
so
were in
better.
one of our Hell's Kitchens mood, and that's where Waffle House came from.
I like it.
throwback to very early on when we started streaming.
I still have to say they probably have the same sanitation methods. Waffle House and
Yeah.
Zill's Waffle House.
So way early on, when I think this was either right before we started streaming or right after. I think it was right after. No, it was right before. We were fighting. Wasn't it Auntie Addie?
Yes,
It might have been, yeah.
We were fighting
Yep.
Auntie
in
Addie
Shiloh.
in Shiloh, and someone just made a joke because there was demonic shenanigans going on. Like, oh, it's Hell's Kitchen.
Yep.
Kyle
around.
lost it
Going around.
so badly that we had to stop the session.
I literally
Going
couldn't
in
focus.
early.
And this was back this was back in the days where I couldn't just like go on break and excuse myself. Like it was just constant presence. And it was actually Jonathan who brought up the joke. Jonathan and his dry humor, and he was just like
Oh God!
good times. Freaking
Yeah, we
good
just
times.
stopped. We were supposed to do the whole fight, but we didn't even start it.
Yep.
Anything else about Zill though?
No.
No.
Probably, but I am just rambling at this point.
Everybody has to thank him very much for his efforts for the party.
Yes.
I
Luxalia.
didn't.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on a sec. I forgot that Zill also has armor that like deflects light damage or
Yes,
heals
he
him.
does.
Man, we're gonna destroy LaFonte when we encounter him.
If she's actually a light type, like the cards lead you to believe.
I know. That's what I was looking at. Speaking of the Everlast TCG, those of you who donated to the Kickstarter, or not donated, but got it funded through the Kickstarter, round 1 of orders has been released. Which is pretty sweet.
Yes, and
if you
if you have not filled out your essentially backer survey, we don't know how to send your stuff to you. So make sure you fill that out because that's how we know how to send your stuff to you. So,
But LaFonte's a light type creature, and it's a promo you could potentially get. So
well, at least his wraith.
that's true.
I have one from my set, and then one as a box topper.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's one of my. I think it might be my favorite wraith art.
They're pretty good. I like Nexus a lot.
I like.
Rogradesh is also pretty
I like
sweet.
They're all
Brazius.
good, but they're all
Brazius.
good.
Yes.
But I'm a fan of LaFonte.
We know all of these names, and our characters don't. Our characters are like, we know Burbledale.
The amount
And
of
LaFonte.
things we figured out about this campaign just looking through the cards. It's like, great, now we have to
Luck-
play
well,
dumb.
hey, luckily, the Heroes of the West and the Raising of Helix are like way back. Way back.
Yeah, but some of them still show up, like Rita.
Oh, yeah. Rita.
I made some comment about Baron Shalazar, and
Yeah.
Kyle was like, well, and I'm like, wait, what? What is happening?
Yep.
Anyway, let's actually get the show. I'm just going to stop talking.
Sorry, continue. Luxalia.
Luxalia, she is a Silverwood Goliath who comes from the like way far east in the south woods of the Woodland Realm, and she is a healer. So she is a Shrine Maiden of Amaterasu, and is basically on this journey with Eclaas to provide healing and support as a Light Sworn. So she's a Mana Sworn. And she throws out powerful manic damage, but also has decent healing. She is very pious, too. She will do everything that she can to make sure that her party does not stray, which is probably why there's a little bit of contention between her and Belbin oftentimes. Yeah, she is just living her dream of converting the world, which brings us to Yuki.
Yeah, Yuki's pretty sweet. Yuki is a silver draken from the far north reaches of Flamongolith, up in the Ruffinium peaks. And she's pretty cool. She's a bard, so she's not your typical supporty bard. She is a DPS bard. She is a blade dancer bard. So she uses 2 broadswords and wheels and deals with some fluid motions, some severe damage. So she's pretty cool. I would say she's pretty even keel, though she is in recent, I guess, sessions trying to find her way to Alomnia and trying to discover what more is out there aside from just the world as is, especially with all the demonic encounters we've been encountering and seeing the actual faith of Alomnia. I think one thing I haven't necessarily I don't think mentioned this on stream, but one reason why I think she's really kind of taken a step towards this is actually after seeing Jack exercise Favalia and the demon outside of Favalia, and I think it really affected her and saying, wow, like Alomnia is truly master even over the demonic. And so she's trying to find her way there. She's very imperfectly doing it, and butting heads because of that, but she's doing her best.
For all those that are out there that are maybe struggling a little bit with despair or anything like that, maybe live in fear or terrified, just understand the presence of demons in the world. It's a way of showing the true glory of God. Because if there's demons, there's got to be something that is absolute good, and God can use demonic entities to bring other people closer to Himself. Hence, Alomnia can use the events that are happening here in Everlast to bring those that are maybe struggling, downtrodden, or even even embolden those who have strong faith to further their faith. So, never despair when it comes to the evils of the world. Sometimes, God can absolutely use unfortunate situations to bring others closer to him. So, anyways, that's beside the point. Our next character is Belvin. Speaking of the downtrodden. Yeah, currently Belbin is in possession of a possessed sword, so he's got Calvinish whispering sweet nothings to him. But he is a martial artist. He is an oblate from the Roku Horn. He is basically has lived the vast majority of his life alone, kind of as a pseudo assassin for some undisclosed. Actually, I don't think it's undisclosed. The Cascade Brigade. It was all brought up before stream, but he has joined Eclaas Eeas, and they have experienced many things. For example, the demonic. And where some it has brought closer, some it has maybe drawn a little bit away, as Belbin is in the vice state in this point. And so he is really struggling with his basically next move and everything. I know like Connor's been doing a thing where like he rolls to make decisions to see what Belbin is going to do specifically, but that's okay because he is also very, very adept in battle. With his hand wraps, with his ring, and just like punching to and fro, he just deals insane amounts of damage to anything that is around him, similar to Yuki. And so they're kind of the two main martial DPSs. And then Thordane, we all know Thordane. He is the DMPC at this point, and he is a man of science. He's an elf from the Woodland Realm, from Vrasuk Hall, but they met him down in the Subterran world. And so while they have been on their adventures in Everlast, he has served as kind of a support to help be a guide. He's now the captain of Alomnia's Breath. He is a two-time WrestleMania champ, not quite three-time. A robot did something to...
I think the robot doesn't count. I think the robot was a fluke, and we can just scratch her name out of the goblet or the Rum of Ages.
I asked for her to not be allowed to participate.
I just think she won't care either way. Neither will Aldreg, for the fact that
Aldreg would actually probably be appreciative of like
what's done is done, right?
We got to scratch the name out of the Rum of Ages, though.
That's
that
true.
she won.
That's true. That's true. But oh yeah, it's been a good time seeing Thordane be a man of many faces. Apparently, he's a philanthropist too, and he is basically a ranged DPS kind of, but also support. And so he wears many hats. That's basically who he is. He's a Swiss Army knife of Eclaas Eeas, which is good. Kind of need him to bring everything down. And I am Kyle. I am the Fate Weaver. I am the creator of this world of Everlast, and I'm very happy to have you join us. Just a couple of quick things about that. Basically, the game of Everlast, whether it's TCG, Tabletop RPG, everything that you see here are all owned under the copyright of Fantasy Forge Studios and Kyle LaFonte, so don't take it and try to sell it for yourself. Feel free to use it for your own stuff, for your own homebrew. This game will eventually come out to tabletop role-playing for you to enjoy, but in the meantime, enjoy it to whatever extent you can during our streamed events. Anything else before we jump into a little bit of some backstory?
Speaking of the TCG, really quick, this is just a quick plug. Those of you who do live in Colorado, in Castle Rock, starting on the 26th, that is Tuesday nights, once a month, the 26th of August, I should say, we will be hosting Everlast Trading Card Game League. So those of you who live in Colorado and who are close to the not Colorado Springs, Castle Rock area, come join us. It should be a great time. It's at Inconceivable Toys and Games. And especially if you like the world of Everlast and you want to learn how to play the game, they sell the product there in stores, and it's a fun place to be able to build a community and learn how to play. So speaking of Everlast, that's just a quick thing while I was on the mind. So
And
don't
I
forget
will
to
say it is such a fun game to play, and that's not me tooting my own horn. I enjoy it so much, and the people that like we've seen that have interacted with it, that have actually learned to play, really enjoy it. So it's a good
Yeah,
time.
Max and I were playing it before stream, actually.
Yeah, it's set up just off
Right
screen.
over there.
And it's
Pretty good.
going okay for me.
I'll tell you, I'm technically winning right now, but I don't think that's gonna last. Max is coming through with his big old tree monsters and destroying me.
Freaking great old one. I love it. It is quickly becoming my favorite evil card. Just because it hits like a truck. I think it has the highest HP.
Yeah, it does. It does right now.
The base is like 130.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
and
terrible.
the EX
terrible.
is like 180.
It's terrible.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
exactly. Anyways, so a little bit of recap on everything that has happened thus far in the adventure. Just a brief overview, and then a little bit more specifics about where the current players are. Right now, in their adventure, they, as mentioned, are right about to encounter the Council of the Keys, the meeting of the Elemental Keys. Eclaas, Eeas are the keepers of the Earth Key, and lots of events led them to Flomberge, where they met King Nalgoric Cragheim, who they discovered that the volcano started erupting, Ishin volcano. Dragons are fleeing, and all kinds of bad demonic stuff is happening all over the Great Sea of Everlast. And so they have been sent off up north to go track down King Farron of Heshenfey, and also Aldreg Montablair, who had essentially gone into hiding in Folden Rock. They did a lot of that. They fought demons, they fought pirates, they fought undead pirates, and also a giant sea monster, Azaeldoom, and also Under the Sea Krakora. All kinds of things that they have faced off against.
Under the sea.
And lo and behold, they have brought Aldreg Montablair back, and King Farron is currently on his way back as well to have the Council of the Keys to discuss what to do next. This council is a council that is set primarily in times of great despair, particularly when the energies of the elemental pillars, the spots of creation in Everlast, are under threat. And currently, from what everybody, or at least Eclaas has experienced, is there is a great demonic threat that is out there that is in the process of trying to corrupt the world and corrupt those in it, whether it's but through possession or just through domination. But on their way back, right offshore, they were able to pick up someone who had been destroyed. Oh, not destroyed, but whose ship had been destroyed. Horatius, who they welcomed on board. He's a Vaeldune elf of very old age. And he also aided them into destroying a pirate ship that was sailing off the coast as well. That essentially attacked them when Eclaas tried to be like, "Hey, here's my white flag. We don't mean to kill you," but they were like, "No, we're gonna take your loot. We're gonna take your booty." And Eclaas did what they could. Zil swam up on the deck, fought basically the entire army off alone, the whole ship. We discovered that the regular pirates can't actually do anything unless they crit him. It did take a couple of crits.
It was great.
I just picture like a bunch of people like whacking him with swords, just chinking off of his armor. But they were able to. Zil was able to grab Belbin, teleport with his cape of void and feathers back onto the ship of Eclaas, and with Glyphix cannons, ballistas, destruction happened to both boats, and a giant pillar of light from Horatius as well. But they did eventually rescue one of the pirates, one of the first mates that was on board, a person by the name of Nida, who agreed for the time being to aid them in their adventures of trying to find Jackman Nobbs, who is currently ruling over Skyspire Island. Where basically Aldreg Monteblair is from, the holder of the Sky Key, and the location of the Sky Pillar. And so there's that whole plot brewing. But first and foremost, they're back at Flomberge. They found out that Takai Town has been razed by the pirates. Basically, the Aishan Island has been raided by pirates from Jackman Nobbs, and Takai Town has been brought to the ground. Not a lot of further information on that has really been divulged, other than the fact that there are potential survivors from that, but not a lot of conversation has happened. But the group of Eclaas did sit down, decided to do some ship upgrades while they are here in Flomberge, but also spoke with King Nalgoric Cragheim about kind of what to do next, what they had seen, what basically had been uncovered, and they were left for the evening to discuss what to do. The last that we left off, they were currently departing the main keep of Flomberge. I don't know if you guys are planning on going back to your ship, going to an inn somewhere, or anything like that, but it is completely up to you to discuss what to do next. You still have about 2 days before King Farron does arrive. And so you have a couple of days to, one, discover basically what happened, or try to discover what happened to Kai Town, anything like that, if there's any survivors, anything. Two, figure out stuff with ship upgrades, and three, talk to anybody that you need to talk to before we continue.
Quick question.
Yes.
So we have Flomberge as a haven.
Yes, you do.
So at what point do we get our haven rest and can refresh everything?
The very first time you rest. So basically you have to like spend a night essentially in this haven. That does include you are docked at their dock, so if you want to go back to the ship to rest, that still counts because it's still technically
that was my next question.
Okay, there you go.
Gosh, I dropped my notebook.
Perfect.
Yeah, how far was it away? It was a pretty good walk, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was about a 30-minute climb up to the city.
Sorry, I was reading messages. What were you saying, Zill?
I was just wondering when we got a haven rest.
Oh yeah.
Because I'd be hurting.
I think we should go back to the ship.
Because it's like middle of the night right now, isn't it?
Yes, it's like when you guys had spoken to him, it was around 1 to 2 a.m.
Let's go nap. And by nap, I mean sleep.
Yuki will say to King Nalgoric Cragheim, it was a good conversation we had, but I think we have a lot to do in the morning. Zill and the crew and I are quite exhausted, to be perfectly honest. Is there any way that we could stay somewhere, at least for the night here in Flomberge? I know most of our crew who came with us don't have these, and she shows the heat-proof capes. Is there anywhere cool that we can stay for the night instead of making our way all the way back down to Alumni's Breath?
He looks to you and he says, "If you do wish to stay here, at least those of you who wish to sleep comfortably, we do have our tavern open. I do believe I let my guards guide your companion, Horatius, to one of the such rooms. But outside of...
Was that? Sorry, it was Horatius and a
few other
Bree
people.
too, right? Yeah.
So Bree, Finn, and then I believe it was...
Monteblair.
Yes, and Aldreg.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aldreg, yep.
Yep.
Kokoto. Sorry.
The three of them. But they, I believe, went back to the ship.
Okay.
Anyways, but Horatius wanted to stay in town and try to do a little bit of research on basically the area. But anyways, so King Nalgoric, he continues. He says, You feel free to stay there if you do wish. If you would like to go back to your ship, I do not blame you. But there is also a settlement that has been set up just outside of our gates down in the jungle. There were many survivors from the raid at Takai Town that are more comfortable down there. We do have some guards keeping track of everything that is going on down there, but unfortunately, there are fewer survivors than we would have thought. Whether those that didn't get slain, we don't know if they're missing, captured, or anything like that. But there is a handful of individuals down outside of our gates in the jungle, if you wish to stay there as well.
Yeah, Yuki turns to Zil and says, I would like to talk and see what exactly went on there, but do you think we should wait till the morning?
That's a tomorrow problem.
Yeah,
I
was
need a
thinking the
comfy
same thing.
bed.
Yuki gives King Nalgor Kragheim a curtsy and says, well, we will accept that offer of the inn. We appreciate your conversation and sorry for waking you up in the middle of the night.
Thanks.
It does my heart good to see some familiar faces, and knowing that King Ferrand is on his way is more than I need to be able to sleep well tonight. We'll still keep on watch. There is a very real pirate threat down south, so keep your ears peeled depending on where you do stay, and if you do wish to go back to your ships, if any ships are spotted, our bell will ring. From the town. We have lookouts on every part of this town. So feel free to rest easy for the evening.
I think
Say no more.
Yeah, I think Thordain's gonna go back with whoever wants to go back to the ship, just because he's the captain.
Mhm.
So, but at least Yuki and Zil, maybe Luxalia too, will stay.
Yeah, sure.
Us three will stay in town.
And Belbin, he decides he wants to go back to the ship as well.
Okay. Cool. Let's do it. We
And
march out into the heat of the night.
You do march out into the heat of the night, and if you guys remember, Flomberge is currently submerged with many lava rivers. The infrastructure for Flomberge has been built for this, just in case there is the volcano does erupt at some point. But yes, there are many lava flows that are going primarily spilling into kind of the northern areas down into the ocean. But it is a large molten rivers, and so you have to walk over the high, basically walkways in order to get from to the different parts of the town. Where the taverns are, it's going to be on the far western, not tavern, but the inn is going to be in the far western part of the city. And so you just kind of make your way over there. Other than like the few guards that you see walking about, keeping eye on things, it is pretty quiet. You can tell definitely Draken aren't necessarily nocturnal creatures, but they're very much spending their nights with their families or just sleeping at home. But by the time you get into the inn, check in for the evening, those who you have no idea who the curators or anything are, but they know exactly who you are. And they lead you to two separate rooms, one for Yuki and Luxalia, and then one for Zil and Waffle. And you guys set your set yourselves down for the evening before slowly drifting off to sleep. I'm gonna have the three of you. I can go ahead and roll for Luxalia, but I'm gonna go ahead and have the three of you make focus, or not focus. What is it called? Fortitude survival checks, and these will be made with hope.
That's a good thing.
Nat 16.
That's a 14 for Luxalia.
Let's go.
The first one was a natural 1, so thank you for not doing. Fortitude, you said. 13 for Yuki.
You all nestle in for the evening. You have your cloaks on, but you even find during the night, for some reason, there's like a small chill. You're feeling quite comfortable tonight, almost as if the sea breeze has wafted over the western part, coming in through the windows of Flomberge and this inn, and you have a very, very good night's sleep. You can go ahead and have a full Haven Rest.
Haven Rest. Nice.
Excellent.
I forgot we unlocked Flomberge as a haven.
Yeah.
I just think of before we changed the windows in our house, the front room, how hot that got. That's what I picture. As far as how hot it gets in there.
But there's also lava boiling outside.
Well,
Lava
yeah,
river.
it's the same. It's the same basically. So
The asphalt becomes a lava river. Oh, it's all good.
yeah.
But
Okay.
the morning does eventually arise, and you find yourself sleeping in a little bit with how cozy it is. You can hear that there is a bit of chatter outside as people have begun their daily work, their daily lives. But nobody has come to disturb either rooms. And so by the time you wake up, it's probably around 10 or 11 a.m. at this point. But you do rise, and the first people down actually at the tavern is going to be Zill. And so Zill and Waffle are down there eating nice waffles that they have prepared for you, I guess in the lobby of the inn, as Luxalia and Yuki do join him down there.
So would that be considered cannibalism if
Do you
Waffle's
care
eating
to
a
join
waffle?
me incontinent?
Incontinent? I think it's been since Helix since we've had continental breakfast. Don't mind if I do.
And you go, you
Danish
make your way over to the
From
buffet.
Brussels.
You make your way over to the
Milk.
buffet. They have a waffle iron. It's a fancy waffle iron. So like the way that it is it's
Just
obviously
heated from
not
the
electric.
lava.
It has like hot coals like on both sides of it. You don't have to even like flip. You basically like pour it in and flip it. And it's like cast iron with like these baskets of hot coals. But because of like how warm it is here, like the coals don't really cool, and so you can make your waffles. Yuki, I'm going to have you make a dexterity skill check for me.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make her have a fortitude or skill check from drinking the milk.
The chunky. It's all curdled.
What is this again?
Dexterity.
Sorry. Dexterity. Why am I making dexterity?
See if you're gonna burn yourself on the
Yeah,
waffle
I guess
iron.
so. That's an 8.
You begin to pour waffles, both for you and Luxalia, as Luxalia goes to get some juice and various cerealized goods, wheat products, and toast, basically. And she goes and grabs those as you make these waffles. The first waffle that comes out actually turns out pretty good. A little bit on the dark side, but a little golden brown. The second one, though, as you pour in, gets stuck, and as you are trying to get it out, basically the bottom part of it gets all burnt and nice and crispy. So it's up to you to either eat that or offer it to Luxalia.
She's gonna offer it to Waffle. And make another one.
Make another dexterity skill check.
Oh no. Oh, that was better. That's a natural 16 for a 18.
Perfect.
You found
I
the
have
butter
more
on the side, and you
dexterity
used
than
the
you?
butter. You used the butter to grease the pan, and then
Greased it up.
It was
Nice.
perfect.
Okay.
Wait. I have a higher dexterity than you.
Yeah, dexterity too. She's not very dexterous, Yuki.
Dang.
Yeah, she is. She
you also
is
have a 0
quite...
stealth, don't you, Zil?
Well, I've got a 1 stealth,
Yeah.
and then I've got -2 stealth from my armor.
So a negative.
Yuki's
So I've got
only-
-1.
Yuki's actual full stat for agility is 6, so it's her lowest stat.
Really?
It's her lowest
Mine's
stat.
8.
Yeah.
6 is my mind.
Yeah.
And I think that's with a ring that makes it. No, I switched that out.
Yeah, your ring, I believe, is charisma now, right?
Maybe.
Yuki's got a charisma ring.
I think.
Maybe.
I think Zil got a charisma ring. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But anyways, you come back. You come back to the table and you begin eating, offering the burnt crispy bits to Waffle, who graciously climbs down Zil's arm and begins nibbling. Luxalia sits down and she sees the waffles out in front, and she says, "Wow, Yuki, I didn't know you were so good at making waffles." And she grabs the really good cooked one and begins the perfectly cooked one and begins to ask, "Is there any maple syrup around here?" as she looks to Zill, or and kind of like looks around the table.
Yeah, but Luxalia, I have to know.
Yes.
Is there such a thing as silverwood syrup?
Silverwood syrup, no, because silverwood trees are sacred. We are basically banned from being able to touch them. This silverwood staff that she pulls out, that I don't think she's able to actually use yet, but she pulls it out, and she says, "This, most likely, unless it was illegally chopped down, came from a naturally fallen silverwood tree, hence the reason they are so rare."
Could you get sap out of a fallen tree and make silverwood syrup that way?
Perhaps, Zill. It's probably rancid, though, at some point. Rotten syrup does not sound very good, even if it is from the luxurious silverwood tree.
Zill just eats his waffles with daydreams of silverwood syrup.
That doesn't answer my question! Is there syrup?
He just points.
Oh, yes, I'll be right back. Anything for you, Yuki?
It's on the table.
Yuki,
I would
on the
assume.
table. She grabs and then she pours like a very dainty amount on it, and she says, "Oh, perfect. Any whipped cream?"
I don't think you want it in this place. Just noting the viscosity. He wouldn't know that word. The flowiness of the syrup. It's probably too warm for some. What did you say? Whipped cream?
Oh, whipped cream. But it's okay. if it begins to curdle, you can turn it to butter.
I'm not gonna risk it.
Yuki
And he pours on more syrup.
Yuki
Waste not,
asks,
want not, Zill. She begins to eat.
Ask one of the tavern people, if they have any fresh fruit to put on to the waffle.
Yeah, you call over one of the basically the one tavern maid that's here, and she comes over and says, "How can I help you today?"
Would you happen to have? And Yuki looks at both Zill and the Fate Weaver in the eyes. Have any strawberries to put on my waffles?
Berries? That doesn't.
Why would you ruin a good waffle?
Berries? She thinks about it, and and she says, "Well, we live in a tropical climate, meaning berries are quite difficult to grow. We have all kinds of tropical passion fruits, mangoes, anything like that you would perhaps desire. Unfortunately, we do not have any berries." She looks dead into your eyes, Yuki, to ruin this waffle with.
Both Max and Kyle absolutely despise berries. Is it just strawberries for you, or just berries?
No, it's
in general?
berries.
Yeah. So weird. The only two people I've ever met, and they're both right here.
Me too.
Yeah. Yuki thinks to herself and says, I would ask for pineapple, but that's better on pizza. I would say.
She says, "What is wrong with you?" And she says, "If you
Zill
have any
just cuts in.
reasonable requests, I will be
Zill
over
cuts
here."
in. If you feel the need to throw her out, I will help.
She is under the protection of King Nalgoric Cragheim. We have strict orders to be able to serve the group of you as best as we possibly could.
But does even the authority of the king extend to such blasphemies?
She thinks for a moment. I'm going to have you make an influence skill check.
No.
I'm good at that. Luckily, I rolled like crap. 9.
That's not bad.
She kind of like strokes her like chin a little bit as she like thinks contemplatively, and she says, "You may have a point."
Yuki says, "I am just joking. I wouldn't dare put pineapple on my waffle because that is again reserved for the pizza. However, there is no pizza here, so I will take mangoes, please, to put on my waffle."
Still just
Absolutely.
eating, glaring at Yuki.
We do have pina coladas. We have fresh coconuts and some pineapple that we could make for you as well.
That would be wonderful.
That would
Now
be,
I will take one of those.
Yuki's feeling a bit spicy today.
That would be one
It's all
EC
good.
each. It's not
Okay.
included in our continental plan.
Oh, getting the fancy
For a
stuff.
pina colada, I'll spend an EC on a pina colada.
Yuki spends the EC and then gives her another EC and says, "Thank you for putting up with my nonsense today. I'm feeling a little like I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning in the best way."
And Luxalia, she says, "You can use that to get me some tea." And she comes over with the whole tea tray of all the different packages of tea. These are all included in your continental breakfast, so please choose anything that you would like. And Luxalia's
Is it like
"Ooh, you've got some nice tea. How do you pronounce this? Twinnings? Twinings tea? Ooh, what is this one? Lupton? Lipton tea? Ooh, I've never heard of these tea makers."
sorry.
You started so strong, and then you included Lipton.
You want to hear something funny, Max? It's actually opposite with my wife. My wife likes Lipton better than Twinings.
I don't trust her.
Where's this session going? I'm so sorry for everyone listening.
Do we ever know?
Yuki drinks her Lipton tea and pina colada and eats her waffle.
Oh my goodness.
And then she says to the table, "So what are the plans for today? We still have a day before the meeting of the keys. I know personally I would like to go see the settlement outside of the gates of Flomberg."
I'll go with.
I would absolutely agree if I can be of any assistance in healing anybody of their woes. I'm here for it.
Well, I appreciate it, Luxalia. Are there any other provisions we need aside from those that we had King Nagor Kragheim commissioned him to do on Alomni's breath?
Well, I do believe Thordane has that probably taken care of, and I'm sure Belbin will be as helpful as Belbin can be.
I didn't mean necessarily like that. I was talking more about personal provisions. You never know. We may go see a dragon about a pirate.
You keep telling me about how you went to go see this dragon not too long ago. Obviously, I believe you. You have a bowstring to prove it. But are you sure that this is a good idea?
No.
I would love to go see him again.
To answer your question, looks like I'm not sure it's a good idea. However, powerful allies against powerful foes could be quite important.
Isn't
Don't you
that
think?
isn't that like a day and a half journey even out there to Terabay Island?
Well, yes, but I'm not talking about doing that right now today.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about after the
Longer
meeting
term
cover.
goals.
Yes, long-term goals.
Yes.
At the very least, if we can earn the trust of Smoldran, maybe it will help. Quick question, lore-wise, since Yuki's a draken, do dragon offspring have loyalty or fealty to their parents at all?
Like Draken or Dragon?
Dragons, would she know?
I mean, they do only in as much as like there's like respect for parents, but a lot of the times dragons, when they reach a certain age, they're solitary creatures, and so they go and roost specifically. So there's a bunch of different kinds of dragon kind, whether it's wyverns that but like the dragons, like physical dragons, like the descendants of like Nazrahim, Felquaith, Kalisha, and Belial. They are like kind of the most powerful, and usually wherever they go, they kind of are like the apex predator, solitary apex predator of that area, which tells you that Smoldran is either just getting to the age where he's about to leave, or he has taken up Terabay Island. With that, taken up Terabay Island as basically his place of roost, or he's still living with Nazrahim until he is old enough. You're not quite sure.
Quick reminder / question, because the last time we talked to Smoldran, it was right before we actually started streaming this here on YouTube.
No, I think we
Twitch
were
and YouTube.
actually officially streaming it at that point.
Oh, were we?
I think so.
Okay. Well, it was at the very beginning. Quick reminder. The reason he went to Terabay Island was because he sensed the evil rope, right? And so he was trying to find it, but it had been taken over by goblins.
Yeah.
And then remind me again, we asked if he could stay and watch the island to make sure nothing came into the cave, right?
Right. So basically, he said that he would stay and watch until you brought the Order of Amandalius back to the island. So,
Okay.
I mean, you told High Priest Godfrey that
Yeah.
the basically the Order of Amandalius had been destroyed down there when you guys were at Folden Rock. So whether or not he has actually sent basically an expedition down there, you are unsure. But you guys are moved pretty fast, considerably. You probably beat them if they are setting any kind of expedition down south.
Okay. Well, at the very least, turning to Zil, we should let them know that we have informed the Order of Amandalius that there's no one protecting the pillar. But we'll have to talk. If we do intend on talking to Smoldran, we must be smart and cunning at the same time when it comes to communicating with him. Mainly because, and Yuki thinks to herself, from what I know of dragons, they will take every inch you give them when it comes to whatever. So we must be smart in the words that we do use if we do intend to ask for his help.
Okay.
All right.
I will let you do the talking. I cannot speak Draken, meaning I will not be able to understand the conversation.
Oh yeah, you can speak Draken, can't you?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. All right.
Zil just
You
kinda
shall
looks at
be
Yuki
my
like,
interpreter. I will see if he's got devotions to Alamnia.
Probably not. Looks like. Well, I don't know about that. He does know about the war that happened. I don't know how much we talked about it. However,
Zil just kind of looks at Yuki in Draken.
Yeah.
How'd you forget?
it feels like it's been like a few years, even though it's only been.
What did you
What,
say
months?
about me behind my back? As Luxalia looks at you, Zil, and Yuki, as the two of you are speaking Draken.
First of all, I'm sitting right in front of you. I am not behind your back. Second of all,
Don't be
I just asked
smart
her
with
how-
me, mister.
I just asked how she forgot that I spoke Draken. In Draken.
And I responded with, "It feels like it's been years, as opposed to the months that it's been, or weeks, not even
I
months."
don't even know how long we've
It's been
been here.
weeks, right? Maybe a little more than a month. I don't know.
Oh, as far as when you guys visited
Yep.
Smoldran, probably 2 months.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyways, well, is there anything in town that we need before we go meet with, the survivors outside the gate?
Immediately? No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm always down to go stop at the blacksmith.
What about speaking to Professor Oak? I know Luxalia got along with him so well.
Professor Palm?
Sorry, Professor Palm.
No, it was Dr.
He-
Galmar.
He needs to learn more about matters of faith. He's looking at the flame pillar as if it's some just geological mumbo jumbo. Clearly, there's Alamnia's power pulsating through it. He doesn't understand my genius in the ways of the faith.
Well, not many do, Luxalia. And Yuki pats her on the head.
Yes.
And I guess Yuki finishes up, and I guess we go to the gate, unless there's any other
To the gate.
things. Did we see, by the way, anyone like Horatius or
Oh yeah, go ahead and make
come
a
down at all?
yeah. Go ahead and make a wisdom skill check for me.
18.
Yeah, way better than me. 10.
Zil, you actually did run into Horatius early in the morning. You can tell he probably didn't get much sleep as he came in reading a book. But he went to, he basically stopped by, gave you basically a good morning and a smile, and he basically talked to the innkeeper who gave him a key. But instead of going to a room, he just left. He's out on the town somewhere, or outside the town.
Yeah, Horatius is just having a grand old time.
That
Reading his book
elf,
the whole
he is-
time.
He is so aloof. If him and Thordain were brothers, I swear.
It could
Uh,
be an elven thing.
Maybe when you've lived as long as you have, just life has become life. He did say has he been? I can't remember. Had he been to Flomberge before?
No, he hadn't. So Aishan Island
Yeah.
was part of the reason he wanted to go on the journey with you when you guys picked him up. Because remember, you offered to like drop him off somewhere. And then you told him you were headed to Aishan Island. He said that he would like to go there because that's where he was originally going.
Okay.
Because he had never been there in all of his years of exploring.
Well, I guess he doesn't necessarily. He can take care of himself. He is older than I think most living beings here. So, to the front gate, shall we?
Yes.
To the gate.
We shall respect the aged if we do see him again.
Yes, we shall. Looks all so we go to the gate of Flomberge, and
You wander down, and again, it's nice and cozy here. Like, theoretically, as you look around and you see like the ash and like the everything, like the lava bubbling with your guys' cloaks on. Speaking of which, Zill, because of that, you do not have your Cape of Void and Feathers on at the moment. But you have your heat cloaks on. You feel quite cozy. Again, it's almost kind of like one of those like cooling fan vests as you were just like walking around and enjoying yourselves. But you make your way down to the front gate, which are open. They are not closed. And you can see kind of sloping down the path, it disappears into the undergrowth. It's a very familiar sight. It doesn't look like this has been touched by war or anything like that. But if you guys remember when you first approached this land, basically this town, it was basically forest until the mountain, basically the canopy opens and the mountain is above you. So you would have to be going down below. But you don't see anything there, but you do see plenty of footprints going to and from the town.
Okay. Yuki turns to the guards and says, "Oh, hello there. Good morning. Could you point us in the direction of the Takai town residence?"
Oh, yes. If you keep going down just into the jungle there, take a right. There is a small little alcove nestled up against the side of the mountain where many of them have set up temporary shelters. There are a few guards that are there as well, but just follow the footprints. They seem to have made a decently traceable path into the jungle. Probably about a 10-minute walk from the position we're at right now.
Yuki nods and gestures to the group. Follow the footprints, I guess.
And so you make your way down into the jungle. And immediately you can tell the temperature change. The sun is blocked out from the canopy that is overhead. And you look, and absolutely there is a very well-trodden path, including wagon wheels, will look to be axe-beak footprints, as well as all kinds of footprints of various sizes going to and from the city to back into kind of like this kind of darker area of the jungle.
Well, we continue to follow the footprints, and speaking of which, our axe beaks that we had, we rented those, right? We didn't actually purchase any.
Yukio, you tamed back in the
I
day.
did tame, that's right, but oh man, is Yukio done for?
Probably.
Oh no. Well, Yuki's gonna keep that in her mind. See if she can recognize her beloved Yukio,
Okay.
her wonderful axe beak.
As you make your way down into kind of further into the jungle, you look up above and you all of a sudden like the magma bubble and sounds from the city seem to all but dissipate, and it is replaced by the sound of just birds and quiet. Nothing but the sound of your footsteps as you trudge through kind of the underbrush. But continuing to follow the trail, it's probably 5-10 minutes, and immediately it opens into kind of like this small little glade where you can see the sky a bit filtering down through, but there's probably a solid 8 or 9 structures that have been set up here. King Nalgoric was correct. If there were people who survived, it wasn't very many of them. What has happened to the rest of the citizens of Takai Town, who's to say? But at the moment, these are the people who were able to escape.
Yeah, Yuki looks around and sees if she recognizes anyone.
You walk from tent to tent, and you can see like the look on the people's faces are dark and sullen, almost as if they have experienced much hardship, much different than the faces of the Draken up above. There are a couple Draken guards that are around that, upon seeing you, let you pass through without any word. But you do not recognize anybody that is here. But I'm going to have the two of you make wisdom skill checks for me. Actually, Luke Solly will make one too.
Dirty 16.
12. 15.
And Lux Alia got a 17. None of you recognize anybody here, including no Yukio.
Oh!
No
Devastated.
Johansson and Mac?
Or
No Duluth?
Duluth?
Nope.
He's trading company. Well, Yuki tries to find someone who looks like they're in charge of something and approaches.
You walk around. There are pretty much only humans here. So again, the primary residents of Takai Town were men of the South. There were some Glyven here and there, and a few Draken, some visitors, but it looks like it's only humans here at this point. There are no Glyven or of any other races. However, closest to the very back of the camp, you can see a wooden structure with the trees have been built into kind of like an overhang in the cliff, and this seems to be the most impressive of the dwellings. So you make your way. You make your way up there, and so upon doing so, you see that it is not very well kept. You see that there is kind of like the fruit and stuff that has been eaten has kind of just been discarded on the sides, almost like the kind of like an animal has been here and not really eaten much, or like not really has done. The person who is here hasn't done much to keep up with any of the maintenance. But yeah, you enter. There's not really a proper doorway. But you enter and you see someone who looks like they are curled up, laying on kind of like a knapsack on the ground.
And they're sleeping?
They're like turned away from you. You're unsure if like they're sleeping or not. But whoever it is, as you approach, they don't really seem to pay much attention.
Just kind of knock on a wall or a door or something.
Wooden post.
Just whatever's there, just kind of start knocking on it to see if I can get their attention.
You do so, and there's a small little shuffle in the shoulders of the individual, but you hear nothing except for a very low voice that says, "What now? What do you want?"
Hello, it's my name's Zill. This here's Yuki and Luxalia from I don't know if you've heard of the group Eclaas. We're just trying to. We just came back. We were in Takai Town a couple weeks ago.
Month ago.
Yeah. And we just got back to Aishin Island and heard the news. So we just are trying to gather more information and see if there's any help we can provide.
Eclaas, he says as he doesn't move or budge, and he says, "You can leave. We do not need your charity."
Yuki pipes up. Not charity. We're looking more for information, and if there's any way we can help as well. The loss of Takai Town is just as devastating to us as I'm sure it is to you. We'd like to know what happened, if you wouldn't mind talking with us.
Make a charm skill check for me.
Pretty good charm. 15.
Nice.
There's a moment of silence, but he doesn't quite respond, but you can see that he begins to sit up. And as he does so, he still continues to face away from you. And there's a bit of hesitation as he does turn. He hasn't quite stood up to greet you, but he's kind of like half facing you as he turns around, and you can see there's a large scar that literally goes from the crest of his head all the way down his neck to his chest. And he says, "Aye, information I can give. The name's Amon."
Hello, Eamon. I am Yuki, and as my cohort had said, this is Zil, and we have our friend Luxalia as well. Again, like we said, we
allow me to guide you.
and Yuki kind of like giggles a bit and says, "So, like we said, we were not long ago. We're in Takai Town, and it was thriving. In fact, we were kind of in charge of some of the security during the festival. What was the festival called again?
The
The
Skyfire Festival?
Yeah, the Skyfire Festival, and um, yeah, it wasn't all that long ago. However, uh, again, when we were gone, we've been all over the inland strait, and we did hear news that pirates had attacked Takai Town. How could this have been? Where was Gunter and the Flortensia?
You see, it all happened so fast. I and my men were out on guard duty. I was the captain of the guard in Takai Town. And it is to my absolute shame that I let our city be razed. They came. It was a foggy evening. The Gunter and the Flortensia had left 2 days prior, back to Port Grandium. And when we saw the large galleon come through the mist, we thought it was them. It looked just like the Flortensia. And when it docked, pirate raiders came and butchered all of my men. I ran back to town to try to alert everybody of what has going on, but at that point it was too late. Many more ships came from the mist, firing ballistas, large lead balls, cannon fire. It wasn't long before Takai Town itself was on fire. They hit the upper part of the mountain with one of their cannons. A large mudslide came from that. Rocks, mud, all kinds of debris fell over the entire city. All I remember is hearing screaming as I grabbed whoever I could and fled into the jungle. I do not know what has happened, if there are any survivors. But it all happened so fast, and we were quite unprepared.
To me, it sounds like you saved many a life. It actually seems quite heroic of you.
You think 12 lives is many of a life? There were hundreds of people in Takai Town.
We can only do what with the ability that we're given. It seems to me that 12 lives is better than 0.
If these pirates are who we think they are, 12 is a lot.
Well, needless to say, I do have to thank the Draken of Flomburge. We have had a decent relationship with them. They have been quite hospitable, and they have been helping to protect us, to heal the injured. Even so much as repair this ugly mug. From what they could do, at least.
Do you remember, or did you catch any details about the pirates' insignia, shape of ships, numbers, any identifiable information?
Well, as I had mentioned, the ship that initially landed in port looked just like the Flortensia. It was grand, very well immaculately taken care of. I know not of any other ship in any of Port Grandium's fleet that could be, so I doubt that it is a ship that is stolen, meaning it belongs to somebody else. As far as the other ships that were out there were many of them. All kinds of ships, from small fishing vessels to brigs, transport ships. But they all had the same brand, the same flag. It was a black flag. And he shudders. A black flag with a large bloodied K.
That's what we thought.
What can you tell us of a pirate named Jackman Nobbs? Yuki pipes up.
Well, he's a legendary pirate. Some say he was locked up in the Great Pirate Wars years ago, 20, 30 years back. Up in Fulden Rock he's held. And he was vicious, ruthless. It was actually Gunter's father that put him behind bars. Rest his soul. It was because of the Flortensia that Jackman Nobbs was put away. And there he rots to this day. Whoever these are, some kind of imposters. I do not know.
Yuki shakes her head, kind of understanding his plight, but appreciative, and says, "We just came from Fulden Rock. He escaped not too long ago. Jackman Nobbs is on the loose, and
Unfortunately, these are no pretenders.
it is our job. We caught a band of them as we were coming into Flomberge last night, and we learned some more information about them. They are taking hold at Skyspire Island, and it seems like Takai Town was an unfortunate stop on the way to uniting the pirates of the Inland Strait."
He pauses for a moment and he looks in disbelief at what he's hearing. And I'm going to have Yuki, you go ahead and make an influence skill check, and it's going to be with hope because of the help of Zil.
Thank you. I actually do appreciate that.
Nice.
Let's see. You said influence?
Influence.
19.
The doubt dissipates from his eyes as he looks at you, deep in your eyes, as if you have seen something that he hasn't, and he says, "How could this be? That's the safest prison in all of the seas. Who just breaks out of Stonewall Prison?"
Someone with help from something bigger than all of us.
Yeah, Yuki looks over to Luxalia and says, "I think you can explain this better than most. While we do this, can I use the restroom? I gotta go."
Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Luxalia, she says, "While we were at Fulden Rock on our business errands from King Nalgoric, we heard that Jackman Nobbs had escaped about a month ago. He escaped via a thunderstorm, almost as if lightning had broken a hole in his room. And they haven't been able to find him since. We have had encounters with undead pirates as well, but also with someone who had been possessed, an elf named Thavalia. And she believes that he has a demonic help who has released him. Whether he conjured the lightning himself, I do not know. But he did have supernatural help, as Zil had said, something greater, something bigger than most of us. And now that he is out, free, we learned that he is now settled at Skyspire Island. Aldrag Monteblair, who used to take up residence there, has been displaced, and his family has been held hostage. It sounds like, from what I know, Takai Town suffered much of the same fate. And we know for a fact that there are prisoners taken on Skyspire Island. Well, maybe not for a fact, but we may know that there are prisoners, meaning there may be some hope yet for the residents of Takai Town. She looks to you, Zil, as if to add anything.
This is why we're asking, and I know this can't be easy for you to talk about, to remember, but freeing the seas of his danger is our goal. And we're even in pursuit of what we believe to be the danger that helped free him. So yes, this is a difficult situation, but we are hoping to prevent future similar catastrophes.
Eamon says, well, hope is all we can hold on to these days. But if you do plan to help, I do not recommend confronting those pirates full on. I don't know what kind of crew you have or you own, and word has spread of the prowess of Eeas. But there were around 18 ships, from what I could count in my flight into the jungle, that laid siege, of course, of many sizes, and by the time I had departed, it was only the large galleon that had emptied its crew into the island. But I do believe the jungle has kept them at bay. I know, along with many of those who did flee with me, know the jungle. It has been our home for quite some time. And the path, while small, is a difficult one to trace if you are not adept to the ways of the jungle. It will be some time before any pirates will find their way to our camp or even to the gates of Flomberge. But if you wish to assault them head-on, I very highly advise against it.
We are meeting with some important figures who have experience with knobs and have a vested interest in the protection of the people of these waters soon. So there we will devise a strategy on how to best take on these pirates. So any information you can help us bring to the table is greatly appreciated. So thank you for what you have shared.
They were all united under one banner for what I could see. But the clothes that they wear, the technologies that they used, seemed to be from all over. Pirates, corsairs from the far south, even past the Glyvan territory. Pirates from the west. I even saw a frozen brig from the north. Well, at least based off of the wood that they're there. Nothing tropical. Jackman Knobs, or whatever is uniting these pirates, seem to be calling them from all corners of the world.
That is concerning. Thank you.
Of course.
Is there... I know at the beginning you said there's nothing we can do to help, but while we're here, is there any assistance we can offer? however small.
King Nalgoric has graciously helped us to what we can. We do not plan to be here forever. And, in time, I'm sure they will find us. At the moment, we are doing what we can to prepare ourselves for an inevitable end, whether that is at the hands of the pirates or whether that is a return to our home, Takai Town. No. There's nothing you could do at the moment to help us. The gracious king has provided us with all that we could ever need.
He is a good king.
He is.
Thank you. Again.
It's very rare you find royalty that cares much for outside of their own people. But, as you know, he is one who has his eyes set on many locations. Flomberge is a shining city of the Flame Dragon. And they have been good to us.
Good. Good.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a very quick break because I need to go use the restroom too. Meaning, we are going to have our be right back screen. So everybody enjoy that for a few minutes as we kind of conclude things. Not conclude things. We're not concluding things. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. But enjoy the new be right back screen. Make sure you guys turn off your mics too. And we are back. Welcome back, everybody. Anyways, that's the new intermission.
It's
Um,
freaking
so good.
sweet. Yeah, it's awesome.
So,
I loved
FYI,
it.
everybody, the music that's been playing is music that I've actually all written over the past couple of years. Whether it's the Flomberge theme, whether it's that one I like to call the Spirit of Adventure. It's a good one.
The Flomberge is a bop too. I just go like this.
That's true. It's a good one. But yeah, so you guys can kind of see all of the different little pieces of Everlast that are kind of becoming a reality outside of just simply the basically the stream content. But we've got tabletop RPG stuff, music, and all kinds of stuff. I'm a very busy guy, if you guys can't tell.
Yeah.
But it's been good.
It's an understatement.
It's been a fun, great time. Anyways, so we are at the end of the conversation that you guys had with Eamon, and with that being the case, what do you want to do?
Well, we've got to basically. Do we have a whole another day after this one, or does
I mean, it's
Fair
it's
and get
relative
here
time.
tomorrow?
It's a relative time. So he said in about 3 days, it was like 3 days, not 3 days, 2 days,
2 days from
during the
conversation.
night. Yeah, during that conversation that you guys had that night, and so it's kind of like a day and a half ish that you guys have, until he arrives. He could arrive sooner, could arrive later, but it's up to you guys depending on what you want to do.
Yeah. Well, I think we should at least visit the ship one more time, see how the progress on things is coming, give directions if we need directions. But yeah, good to know that it is scary in Takai Town right
I
now.
mean, Zill wants to go back to the Royal Forge.
Yeah. We got the time for it, so we might as well. If you want to do that, we can all go back to town. Yuki, I think, we'll go back and see the wares and see if there's anything new and interesting
Do I
to
need
see.
anything upgraded?
I have a question again, Max, because I know you're so great at taking notes. What was the name of the Forge Master again? That was in my old notes.
Oh,
that
gosh.
lost. If
I
you
need
have it.
to organize my notes. They are so. I was like earlier, was looking up for a template to add to my character sheet. Anyway, Denornan.
Denornan, that's right.
Because I have it, but it doesn't mean I know where it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway.
Cool.
I also have to go get rid of a teabag, so I'll be right back.
Yep. No worries.
Yuki wants to see what weapon choices there are.
Yeah, absolutely. And so.
Oh, and like a jeweler as well.
Got it. The group of you begin to leave the small settlement, and you can see that the vast majority of the people that are there are pretty similarly downcast compared to as Eamon, but just your presence, I think, really begins to inspire them. I'm actually going to have the three of you make influence skill checks. It's going to be a group check as you do depart to see kind of your lasting effect. So I'm going to go ahead and make one for Luxalia, too.
Now one.
Oh my god. Zill!
Which means I rolled a 7.
That is 6 for Luxalia.
Oh, no!
18 plus 4, 19.
The group of you do leave, but they don't seem to be phased all that much by your presence. And you can, as you turn back, Yuki, you can see that Eamon has gotten up, and you can see that he is actually on a crutch. It looks like he is missing his left foot, as well as he seems that whatever ended up happening to him during the attack, he had to get his foot amputated, and so.
Quick, I must have missed this if this did happen.
Mhm.
Did we offer him any medical help
No.
at all?
No.
We just offered him generic assistance.
Oh
And he
my
said that
God.
basically the Draken of Flomberge have done pretty much all that they could possibly need.
So there's no way Luxalia could even help the situation. at this
Regrow
point.
his foot back? No.
Well, you never know. With the Lomnia's help. You know the
Um,
Saints. You know that's what happens. Who was it? Maria? No, not Maria. Teresa of Avila. Especially when it comes to like necrotic limbs and things like that. By she intercession with her has healed the limbs. So you never know.
It's
You
true.
never know.
At
It's
what
true.
point do you get B proficiency?
Oh, I have that. I have that. Don't worry. I have
B,
that
yep,
written down.
you got it. I believe
I
in
got it.
you.
I got it. I got it. B proficiency is 800 to 1499.
Wow, I have B in my armor.
Hey,
I'm at 1,000. I am very oh boy. I can get Refinium plate.
Nice. But you gotta make a refinium.
Oh, I know.
broadsword
I'm aware.
when
yeah,
also
I
your
wrote it
armor's
down.
pretty
Don't worry.
sweet. The
It is
Earthshea
pretty.
armor that
Okay.
you got is pretty nice.
Is it possible
To transfer the enchantment.
or just to like upgrade that armor?
Um, it's gonna take some serious blacksmithing skill. I would say, like, if you wanted somebody else to do it, I would say no. If you wanted to do it, I'm not gonna say no, but it's gonna be pretty difficult to do so.
Okay.
'Cause this
The
armor's got a
other
legendary
thing-
enchantment. Plus, you have to become proficiency with Earthshea armor creation too.
Right. Draken Maid, does that only apply to weapons?
Draken Maid is a weapon, basically upgrade. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, would there be a possibility of breaking it?
Your armor?
Yeah,
Yes, technically.
if I tried to upgrade. Okay. Great.
Good to know.
Also,
It would be pretty difficult. Basically, what I would do is I would have you roll, and then based off of the durability of it, it decreases durability by like
Gotcha.
a certain amount. So you'd have to like really badly fail it in order to lose all your
Okay.
durability on it.
noted.
So like let's just say
Cool.
like, and this is just arbitrary, if you had like a DC of like 22 to hit in order to get it, and you got like a 16 or 15, you'd probably lose like 8 durability, depending on what the durability is of the armor before. Not 8 durability, like 4 durability, depending on what the durability of the armor is. It could break if it only has like 4 durability left.
Also, you lose durability of your armor if you get crit, right?
That's correct.
Oh, then I should have lost some armor durability because I got crit a couple times. I'm just gonna say,
Yeah,
was
it's
it
just
2 or
one
3?
durability for every crit, and I think you got 3 crits on you.
3. Okay. Well, I'm gonna want to get my armor repaired. Want to start work on Luke's or Yuki's broadsword that I owe her.
Okay.
And just shop and see what metals are available to buy.
Yep, absolutely. So you guys do depart kind of the sad-looking little camp as you make your way back up to the city. And again, the birds overhead and the kind of gentle breeze begins to fade as it is again overcome by the sound of bubbling lava, and actually the sound of just casual village noises. But while you are up there, you know exactly where to go. This isn't your first rodeo, and so you guys split off to do your things. Are you guys visiting the blacksmith together first?
I don't know. Dane had to go handle some dog stuff. So.
Okay, so I'll just.
You wanted to go to the jeweler.
Yeah, I'll just say the two of you go to the blacksmith first. The both of you go to the forge to begin with, but I guess all three of you do.
The obsidian forge.
The obsidian forge. As you make your way into basically the center of the city where the keep is. You have to enter within the keep's doors, and there is a kind of a hallway that you go down to the left in order to get to the forge. Again, this is a haven. You're trusted. You're able to go to and from without question by anybody, including guards. So you start to descend, the three of you, into kind of the depths of the center of this keep, to this large forge, as you begin to hear the sound of heavy bellows as you see there's a very, very impressive Draken do his thing, Denornin, with the help of some of his basically apprentices, but he's the one who is hammering, as it takes two of these people, two of these Draken, to get the freaking bellows to have the forge go ablaze, essentially. And they seem to be working on some gear as you begin to approach.
Nornan, good to see you again.
Oi, lad, good to see you too. I heard you were back in town. It was only a matter of time before I guess you'd come and visit me down here.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't not visit my favorite Draken in the city.
And he looks and he says...
And he looks at Yuki. I mean, in the city.
He grins and he says, I don't think I've made the acquaintance, as he puts down what he's working on, and he kind of rubs off his hands in his apron. They're still quite dirty, but he reaches out his hand to shake yours, Yuki, and he says, the name is Denornin. I am the master of this forge.
And Yuki politely grabs his hand and shakes it and says, my name is Mistletoe Yuki. I am Zill's companion and part of Eclaas Eeas. I am a bard. I don't know much about the ways of forging per se, but I know that Zill's very passionate about it, and I hear you've been a good teacher to him.
I owe her a sword, so...
Well, it is a
Might get
pleasure
work-
to make your acquaintance. It's not very often that I see those of my kindred from the far north. So very happy to have you here. How are you surviving with the heat? As he kind of grins ear to ear.
Well, with this cloak, and she gestures to her heat cloak, it's not too bad, and I also do give off a slightly chilling aura. It is quite hot without this cloak. However, I'm happy to be among my southern kindred. The feeling's mutual.
Yes, those do take good care of those cloaks. The king doesn't just give them out to anybody. They're very difficult to craft. And he says, not that I am in the ways of cloth work and leather working, but I do know that as any good creation, you need the best materials to do so, and these have been created with the best materials. And then he makes his way. He makes his way over to Luxalia and says, Denornin, it is very nice to make your acquaintance. And Luxalia, she says, I'm Luxalia of the Silverwood, and may Alomnia guide you. And he says, we've got a... Oh, wait a second. I've heard about you. And then he says, well, I'm happy that you could grace our establishment. By the way, by the by, do you happen to know how to enchant anything? And Luxalia, she says, I'm not much of an enchanter, but I do know how to wield manic arts. And he says, I'm only asking for a friend, but either way, happy to have you here to just make sure that all of you know what you're doing. There's lots of very hot and heavy equipment down here, so don't go poking your nose in business that, well, you don't know anything about. But what can I be of assistance with you? Clearly, Zill, I'm sure you're down here to, I don't know, help me out or even do some errands for yourself.
Well, I mean, I'm always looking to, grow my stock of metal. So, if you're willing to part with anything, we could peruse.
Lucky you.
Got some
lucky
ore that
you.
could be refined.
Oh, do you now? And he takes...
And sorry, one more.
He shows
Like I
you
said,
over to the smelter.
I owe that one a sword, so gotta get that one started.
A sword, you say? Tell me, since the last time we've met, what kind of practice and training have you done to improve your work? You've been on a boat for quite a long time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, hasn't given a lot of opportunities, unfortunately.
He's really good, though. He's made lots of really cool things. Yuki pipes in.
But I can't claim this as my work, but look at what I came across. And he pulls out the Leviathan axe.
He kind of blinks for a moment as if his eyes are adjusting to really understand what this is, and he holds out his hands in order to grasp it. Do you hand it over?
Yes.
He looks at it and examines the blade very carefully, and he says, my goodness. Where In all of Alomnia's good Everlast, did you come across such a interesting work of art?
We got into some trouble, and then got ourselves and all of Folden Rock out of some trouble. So this was a thank you gift from the Harrowgates.
The Harrowgates, quite familiar with them. I do much business with them, particularly when it comes to trading for materials. If this came from the Harrowgates, I'm sure you must have done something very, very good, because they are business people at heart first. And he looks at it and he says, I'm unsure what metal this is, but it looks to be very ancient, very old. And he kind of traces his hand along like the back spine of it, and he says, and the craftsmanship, the artistry. This is very impressive, something that I don't know if this is elven. I don't know if it almost seems otherworldly as he looks at it and examines. He actually takes out one of his kind of like diamond examining like scopes as he traces it over the blue metal that kind of runs along the spine of it, and he says, there's a faint glow to it. Don't tell me this is also enchanted, as he looks closely at it.
It is. I'm not as scared of the water anymore.
And he shakes his head, and as he hands it back, he looks to the set of armor that you're wearing, and he's like, don't tell me you crafted that as well.
No. I just made a good trade on that one.
Well, I will say it's very good indeed. What is this Earthshea make? And he takes his kind of like knuckle and he bangs on the chest plate of it, and it completely absorbs like his giant fist.
I had to trade my my personal crafted set of armor for it, but it was well worth it.
I will say this is another very lucky find for you to be able to have. And who knows, maybe Alomnia's fortunes are shining upon you, not only granting you with very high quality items, but pushing you to strive to something of such quality, at least as far as your creation.
That's what I'm here for. Let's get to work. Well, let's see what you have available first.
Absolutely. And he makes his way over and he says, a few days after you had left, we had a shipment come in from Folden Rock, as fate may have it, and we have a few things here for sale. And he shows you his supplies. So he actually has gemstones here, as well as a large shipment of various ores and some ingots that he has crafted himself from some of the ores that he's made. He has a total of 28 steel ingots.
Okay.
He has 10 Damascus ingots, 4 Refinium ingots, or he has 7 Refinium ore, in a buttload, 62 steel ores.
Oh man.
And gemstones too. He has a handful if you guys are even interested in that.
Yuki is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to start making like small weapons just to sell.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It's definitely a good in order to gain more money, in order to resupply. I think it's cool having like your own stuff, but
Yeah, Yuki pipes up and says, and speaking of which, actually, Zill, we're building on the Lomnia's Breath, our ship, a forge. Maybe you could stop by and give the construction crew some pointers to make it as good as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, so I should stock up on some metal for some practice.
That's a good idea, Zill.
Let's see.
And he goes over the different ores and stuff that he has as well. He has one gemstone. He has one malachite gemstone, a lazurite,
What size are these?
The malachite is small.
Okay.
The lazurite is also small. He has a peridot, medium size. And he has a large obsidian.
While Max does this thing, I want to look at these. So
So the malachite is going to run you. He is going to charge 30 EC for the malachite.
30 EC, you said?
30 EC for the other one was lazurite. That was also small.
Yeah.
He is going to go ahead and charge 60 EC for that.
Okay.
And then the other one was peridot, medium-sized peridot. He's going to charge 90 for that. And for the large size, what is it called?
Obsidian.
Obsidian, that's right. That's right. Obsidian. I'm trying to look at the price on Obsidian. He is going to charge 70 for that one.
Okay, so quick question. So if we're looking at doing stuff, so rings and earrings are both small.
Yes.
Bangles are medium and necklaces are large.
Yes, that's correct.
Yuki turns to Zill and says, Zill, these might come in handy, I think, later on down the road. Do you need any of these? And she takes out of her inventory a refinum ingot, a Damascus ingot, and iron ore.
I'll take all of it.
She turns to what the Draken Black says, what do you charge for these?
Oh, you gonna charge me for them? That makes sense.
He looks and he says, depends on the type of customer. For friends, I would charge less, but the market value for them, is that what you're asking for?
Yes, for the refinum, Damascus, and iron ore. 3 of them.
Lovely. So they're ores, they're not ingots?
The iron are ores, and then I have a refinum ingot and a Damascus ingot.
Okay.
I also have copper ore, but I don't know if you can use that for anything.
That's jewelry, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think refinum's 300, Damascus is 200, iron ore is 2. That's what I have written down.
I believe that is correct. Yes, that is correct.
So 300, 200, and then whatever. Zill, I can give you all 5 of these for 300 easy. Basically, you're getting them Damascus ingot and iron ore for free.
Sure.
Okay. And Yuki will quickly turn around and say, I will take all the gemstones.
All right, you can go ahead and
I love it.
You can go ahead and hand that money over and add the correct gemstones to your...
So
small. That was the small malachite, a small lazurite, a medium-size peridot, and then a large obsidian.
You said it was 3 iron ore?
3 iron ore, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, small malachite, small lazurite.
Mm-hmm. Medium peridot.
Oh gosh. There we go.
And then a large obsidian.
Zill being here about this.
And how much was that all?
His money.
So that he thinks about it and he says, "I'll charge 250 for the lot of them."
Sweet.
Hey, you came out with a 50 profit.
I did.
Nice.
And I'm helping out a friend. And who knows, maybe I'll get a nice gift for my friend.
Yeah, that refining. I don't know how many I need for a broadsword, but
You need 2 for a broadsword.
oh, I had enough. Cool.
Well, you got extra.
Yes. I'm just so tempted to just spend all my money on ore and stuff if we're gonna get a forge put in, just
Well,
so I
little by
can
little.
make things.
Little by little. We'll get there. Start
And
by
then
making, you know,
sell 'em.
Skyrim style. Make iron daggers.
Well, I was just. I mean, the heavy weapons is where the money is.
That's true. That's true. Why are the heavy weapons so much more expensive? Just because it takes more metal?
Yeah, more metal.
Or
And so, like, for
craftsmanship.
example, like, one refinium ingot is 300. If you get 2 of them, that's going to be 600. You need a total of 4 of them to craft a heavy item. So whether it's a battle axe
goodness.
or so it gets
It's
exponentially
definitely-
more expensive.
Yeah, it's like the nice thing is though, yes, it's a linear scale of metal cost, but it's not a linear scale of weapon value.
No.
That's the nice thing.
Mhm.
Which I'm Zill might not know exact values, but he would probably know that, right?
Yeah, that's basic. But yeah, and so you go ahead and do that.
okay.
But as far as the ores, Zill, that you want to purchase, is there anything?
Yeah. So I mean, the refinium and Damascus ingots. How much would that cost? So it's 4 refinium.
For
and how many
refinium, he
again?
would charge you 200 a piece if you want them.
Okay. So. Okay.
800.
Get my calculator out.
Yep. Make sure you keep track of these because I'm not.
Yeah. How much
800
for the Damascus?
800 for the Damascus. He is going to charge you. Hold on. What is the base value of that?
200.
200. He'll charge you 125 for the ingot.
How many are there?
And there were 8 of those.
Oh boy. For all the Damascus and refinium, it would take everything I have.
Oh my gosh.
And that stuff, iron and steel is so easy to find.
Yeah, you could go mining for
Damascus
it.
and refine. I'll do it. So
Oh my
4 refinium, and you said 8.
Yeah, Damascus.
Okay. So that puts me up to 7 refinium. Oh, that's a good day.
You are.
And 14 Damascus.
Wow.
Holy smoke.
I stockpile these things.
Well, you basically got another one for free, so.
Yeah. Well, that's after adding yours in.
Okay. I gave you friends and family discount.
I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I got some sweet gems.
Yeah, that was a good deal all around.
Yeah.
What is
And there was
happening?
much rejoicing for everyone.
Oh,
Luxalia's
gosh.
like, wow, you guys are sure wheeling and dealing all of your money away.
I gained money.
Oh, don't
Luxalia.
worry, it's gonna come back.
I gained. I don't know what you're talking about. Speaking
Okay.
of which, we should stop by a jeweler.
Also, Dane,
Yeah.
are any of your weapons damaged?
I don't think so.
'Cause
I
now-
don't miss. So.
Okay, I'm like, because now would be
yeah.
the time for them to
Let's
be
see, let's see.
fixed.
Let me double check that real quick. Before I move on, I am good.
Great.
Everything's full.
Okay. We don't have to necessarily role play all of this,
Okay.
but
Mining one. Or not
I've
mining.
got 12 iron ore that I
Mhm.
would love to turn into ingots. That's low priority if we're putting a forge in
Mhm.
the boat, because I could do that on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to start on Yuki's refining broadsword.
Oh heck yeah!
Okay.
With what's his bucket, it should take no time.
No,
Those are my 2 biggest priorities, and then like
Okay.
if there's time left over, like start turning some of the steel and iron into weapons
Yeah, for
to
sure.
sell.
For sure. I would say then, feel free to do that. So, are you gonna do that here at the Draken Forge?
If I start it and don't finish, could I bring like the work in progress onto the boat? And
So I
finish
would
it there?
say like the fastest thing that you could do would be to smelt your ores, and so that would take you like a day to be able to get all of your ores smelted because there's a giant smelter here at the
Okay.
forge, and so you could smelt all the ores and get all of that done. If you want to start working on specific weapons, it depends, I guess. If you, I would say.
It's okay. I don't.
I
need
would,
no
I would,
time.
I would, I would say yes, but I would have you make different, like a separate check in order to see whether or not you were able to leave at a different point,
Gotcha.
like at a good point to finish it.
Also, 2 quick questions
Mhm.
that I should have asked earlier. How much Damascus ore does it take to make a Damascus ingot?
It takes 3 Basically, it's like 3 ores per ingot,
Okay.
just generally.
How much do the ores cost?
Ores are pretty cheap comparatively.
Should I have spent all my money on Damascus ore instead of the?
He didn't have any
the 8
Damascus
ingots?
ores. He didn't have any Damascus
Oh,
ores.
right. He had the 62 steel. It was steel.
Mhm.
Okay. Never mind. We're good.
Yep.
Going on. Actually, but how much is the ore?
Damascus ore.
Just for future reference.
Yeah. Damascus ore is gonna cost you in the ballpark of 20 EC.
That is so cheap.
It's very cheap. Which is actually, that's why it's like getting like the actual material in order to do it is much worth it if you're willing to smelt it and do that. The difference is in the game, if you don't have the blacksmithing basically
That's
trait,
full price.
you have no there's no way of crafting it. So you would basically just like have to pay the ingot price if you're just like doing that. So if you have the blacksmithing, it behooves you to get the ores to create something. But
Okay.
Yep.
Then I'll smelt my iron.
Cool.
Good.
And if there's time left over, start working on a steel. Well, how much time would I have after smelting that?
I mean, it's kind of something you can you don't have to pay all the attention in the world on the
Cool.
smelting, so you can kind of do 2 of them at the same time.
Is it feasible?
Plus, there's a bunch
to
of assistants here at this forge too, so.
Is it feasible to do like a heavy weapon in a day if it's iron or steel?
Oh, it's gonna be a high check if you want to do it in a day. I would say it's possible, absolutely possible, but
I mean, there's nothing saying
it would
that
increase
we
the DC
can't
of the
stay
check,
longer
essentially.
after the meeting. We could stay a little longer after the meeting. We don't have to go right away.
Yeah. Okay. I might just.
I mean, we're in a rush, but not that much of a rush.
So it's 4. 4 ore or 4 ingots
to
for a
create
heavy weapon.
Yep.
What would the time do? Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna start smelting the iron.
Okay.
And start. I'm gonna talk to Denornan real quick.
Okay.
Of just.
What
What's
can
the
I
most
help you?
popular? What's the most popular heavy weapon here?
Here in Flomberge specifically, Drakens prefer to use primarily we like to use lances and great spears. And he thinks about it. He's like, great spears though are medium weapons, and so perhaps lances are the most popular, but we also are well adept at using battle axes and claymores as well.
Okay, I'm gonna start work on a steel lance.
Perfect. With that, I'm going to have you make. So it's going to be pretty simple. It's just going to be 1 check, and it's going to determine whether or not, basically the DC. So the base DC for the steel here is going to be an 8 in order to just craft it. Basically, if you wanted for this thing, if you can craft it in 3 days. If you just do basically 3 days of 8. However, if you hit a 12 or higher, you can do it today.
Okay.
Endurance
And
skill check.
it's endurance. Oh, great. I only have 2. Oh, boy.
At least you're using physical dice.
That's a 17.
17. You were able to craft that sucker in a day.
And it gets an enchantment. Because I succeeded with 4 or more.
Let's roll that sucker up. I'm going to have you roll a...
It's a trait I got from when I trained here.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
roll a d12.
Yeah.
for me. Roll a d12.
1.
Okay. No, that's okay. And basically, it's just a table, so it's not like in any specific... Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get to my achievements. You're ruling faster than I can get to things. Okay.
Great. That was a good use of time and probably just got a decent amount of money back. So that cost me 4 bars.
Of what?
Steel.
All right, it has the honed enchantment, which increases the hit by +1 on it.
Woo!
Ooh. So it's got a hit. No, damage +1 for being Draken made.
Yep.
Hit +1 from honed.
Whoa.
Okay. Honed,
probably pretty good.
Steel.
So it's a 2. It's a +2/+1.
Something like.
I mean, if you have,
yeah.
I guess the +1 is applied, or like the hit
It's whatever your
modifiers
proficiency
apply
is.
to whatever your proficiency is. So just whatever your proficiency is +1.
Great. I mean, if that's all I had time for today, and then I'll I get 4 iron ingots because I had 12 ore. Right.
Was that? Yeah, sorry.
I get 4 iron ingots because I had 12 ore,
Yes, 4 iron ingots.
and then getting my armor repaired.
Perfect.
If I don't have time, I would have asked someone else to just.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
absolutely. That's just kind of like a service that's there. Again, you have all kinds of help here, so
Yeah.
they can just repair your armor and everything. The repairing, how much is it being repaired?
3.
3. Okay, so then that is going to cost you 6 EC.
Oh gosh, that's half of what I have left. But I look at the Nornan. Thanks for the help. As I train, I'm sure there's some people interested in something like this. Where might be the
Lance.
best place to turn it around?
Specifically the lance, you mean?
Yeah.
Lance. So you can actually sell it here. This would be the best place to do it.
I'll give it to you.
He looks
Well,
at the lance.
sell
and
it to you.
examines the quality of it, and he says, "Interesting. So it is, of course, Drakencraft." And he looks at it, and he's like, "Did you enchant this?" And he looks into it.
Because of your training.
And he kind of puffs up his chest and says, "Well, of course I taught you to do that." And he kind of just like mutters something under his breath as he like examines it, and he says, "It's got a nice honed edge on this." And he says, "Yes, I do believe this could sell for quite a lot. I would be willing to pay you 210 EC for this."
210 works for me.
That's pretty good.
And go ahead and add 210 EC to your
Great.
inventory.
Is steel not that much more expensive than iron stuff?
A little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, because the
Yeah,
regular lance is 170 EC, so it's
Yeah.
a little bit more. And it was basically, so it was like 200 because he's not paying the full price for
Yeah,
these things.
that's fine. That's fine.
So yeah, just a regular steel probably would have run you about 150, and then the extra 60 is for the enchantment.
But wait, isn't an iron 170?
Yeah, but he's not paying.
Oh,
full
you mean
price.
from him? Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay. I caught up. We're good. Great.
Perfect.
This is why I want to forge on the ship.
Yeah, you can just in our
Hey,
spare time. you
Get
just
work on getting a merchant's license, because if you get a merchant's license, you'll be able to sell everything for its full worth, for its full value.
Okay. Noted.
Okay.
Does Denornan tell me that?
Yeah, we'll say that. He's just like, work on getting yourself a merchant's license.
Maybe before we slay Jackman Knobs, you could attempt to sell him some things. You could come in and the guys.
That
and
way you don't have
I
to
am
loot
the
his body.
traveling Merchant.
That's why you don't have to loot his. That way you don't have to loot his body and then gain points of despair.
I am a traveling merchant to Skyspire. Are you the leader of this island? And he'd be like, yes, I am. You're like, I am a world-renowned blacksmith. Do you want to buy my wares? And he's like, yes, to support my pirate army. And then you axe him in the face.
Okay. So the interesting thing, this is just me thinking out loud because I like numbers. So I just got $210 for that
Mhm.
after spending essentially $48 of material cost.
good.
So,
Make a pretty good profit. It's like you could make a living off of being a blacksmith or something.
yeah, if I did that with Damascus, that would be a lot.
It's an art form basically, Bill. And so like not everybody. The problem is you have a skill that lots of people want, and so not everybody can do it. And so they might be able to find the materials and that kind of stuff.
That is not a problem.
Do the physical labor to get the materials, but it takes skill in order to craft something, especially
Anyway.
enchanting something.
I can give Yuki a spin. That was what Zill wanted to do while he waits.
Yep.
So he's happy.
Yeah, I guess while Zill's crafting all this stuff, Yuki's gonna go try to find a jeweler.
In the kind of the same just general area, it's in a different area of kind of the keep. There is the royal jeweler that is here.
Nice. Yuki will curtsy and introduce herself. Hello, my name is Mistletoe Yuki, and I require the services of a jeweler if you would be available.
Oh, absolutely, I can help you. The name is, and he looks at his notes.
Jimmy.
The name is Rogar.
Rogar.
Rogar the jeweler.
Okay.
What can I be of assistance?
So I have recently come across some gemstones, and I was looking if I could potentially buy some settings, as well as the actual material to be able to set it in.
Interesting. Well,
Yep.
what do you have? What are you looking for, and what do you have to be set?
So she's gonna specifically look for her. Let me double check. Okay. So she's gonna look at her. Where was it? She's gonna look at her medium obsidian, and she's gonna be looking for a bronze bangle.
Okay.
Which I think is 40 EC, is what this chart says.
Yep.
And then as well as a setting for it.
Yep.
So whatever that price would be.
Yeah, it would be about, for a bronze bangle. It would be a extra 10 EC to set it.
Okay, so that'd be 50
total.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Let me just write that down. Okay. She's going to be looking as well for a silver bangle to set her peridot, her medium peridot in
It's
it
going to be 90 EC
for the setting as well.
for the setting. So total plus setting.
Okay. She's going to be looking at. Where is it? No, hold off on the malachite for now. Lazurite was the other one, right? Yeah, the Lazurite. So she's gonna be looking for a gold ring. Hold on a sec. Yeah, gold ring for the Lazurite to set it.
Yep, that will cost 70 EC for that.
70. Okay. And then so let me double check really quickly. The things that I have. That will be it for now.
So 210 EC total.
Okay. She's gonna haggle a little bit.
Okay.
Just a smidgen. She's like, I know that this is quite a bit of setting, and I know it'll take quite a bit of time. However, is there any way by purchasing all three of these, including the settings, if I could get a slight discount on it?
Rogar looks at you and says,
She flutters her eyelashes a little bit.
make a charm skill check.
She's a silver draken. He's like
Silver Draken, Silver Tongue.
just what I'm saying. Okay. Let's see. Charm, you said?
Yep.
17.
Now, you didn't let me finish. I would say normally that it would be 210 EC for this, but for my kindred, and especially one as beautiful as you, I would say 150.
Oh, shucks.
Oh man,
That would be absolutely wonderful.
That is a huge discount.
Huge discount. She'll take it.
Come back tomorrow, and this will be ready for you.
Okay. It's 150. Woo! Nice. Just mark that down right now. Boom. And I'm assuming tomorrow as well. I'm gonna look for an enchanter, but we probably won't have time for that. So either way, that's what she's doing.
Perfect.
She'll go back to Alomnia's breath too, and kind of explain the situation to everyone after that. So.
And while that all is happening, Luxalia has decided to go stroll the town. She is looking in all of the nooks and crannies for Professor Oak. And
Palm, you mean?
Yeah, sorry,
Palm.
Professor Palm. And she goes first to kind of the research facility and doesn't see him there, and so she's thinking, maybe he's up by the volcano. And so she strolls up to the top of the volcano, and the gate is actually closed here because remember there's like a gate that blocks off basically entry to the flame pillar, and then the volcano is behind it. There's no technically entrance into the volcano from there, but it's like right at the base of the volcano. And so she says, "Excuse me, is Professor Palm on the other side of this gate? I much desire to speak with him." I'm gonna
Tell
have
me
one
what.
of you roll for Luxalia
I'll do it.
charm skill check.
That's a natural one.
Oh no!
Sorry.
You can use my 6 instead.
And
Either way.
and the guard looks down and says, "Oh yes, you're from Eclaas, are you?" And then from the other side you hear, "No, he's not here. Tell her that he doesn't want to talk. No, that he's not here. I don't want to talk to her." And like it's loud enough for Luxalia to hear, but he calls down to her and is just like, "I'm sorry. The professor is not here at the moment. You should try his laboratory." And she says, "I thought I heard someone on the other side." She begins knocking on the gate and says, "Professor Palm! Professor Palm, I have something to ask you." And it's met with silence, and she doesn't get entry, so she just makes her way back
Oh, Luxalia.
That's
Sorry,
sad.
Luxalia.
Ah, well, not everybody can be in such good moods, I guess. Well, I will pray for you. May Alomnia guide you. As she departs and heads back to Alomnia's breath. And as the group of you do kind of go back, you see that there are all kinds of Draken and whatnot that are just bringing materials from the main part of the city down the stairs. These stairs are treacherous with how much stuff is coming up and down them. And so it takes you probably 40 minutes in order to, you have to stop and let some people pass. You have to get off to the side and try not to slip down the side of the mountain. It's not a good time, but you eventually make your way down to Alomnia's breath, and you can see that people are well at work. They have actually gotten kind of like these pseudo cranes on the docks and have lifted Alomnia's breath out of the water as they have begun to work on the reinforced hull as the first thing that they're working on. And so that involves kind of repairing things and kind of just reinforcing it with, you guys did the metal reinforcement, right?
Yeah. Do we get any discounts from King Farron? I don't think we ever covered that. For adding
said he was gonna
potential
help.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we never talk specifics. So.
Yeah. So yes, there will be discounts, but that's a Thordain problem.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that.
Zill's out of money.
That's a captain and a
philanthropist.
Bree problem.
That
Zill is probably simultaneous the brokest and wealthiest member of the party
That's
right now.
At any potential moment. Well, no, Belbin is the wealthiest.
I don't know. If I make some Damascus weapons.
That's right.
But you can see that Tolly is hard at work. Basically, he's on laying on his back, underneath as he begins to. He's kind of ordering the Draken around and telling them what to do. And Draken, they're actually decent builders, not necessarily ship builders, but when it comes to iron and steel fittings and stuff, they kind of know what they're doing. But it's definitely under the tutelage of Tolly. And so he's doing that as kind of the ship is lifted out of the water, which means the gangway, they actually had to extend in order for people to reach it. And so you walk up onto the ship, and you see that it is bustling. There's all kinds of materials spread here and there throughout, and everybody has a job to do. Specifically, you see that Bree is doing what she can to basically organize all the materials, the costs of the ship, and she's walking with Thordane as she has a clipboard, and Thordane is approving all of this. He's like, yes, of course. And Balthazar, he is kind of up at the helm, obviously not driving the ship, but he's just sitting back and watching as everybody's doing their thing. But yeah, everybody seems quite busy for the time being. And with that, we can go ahead, unless you guys want to do anything role-playing or anything last-minute things you want to do, we can go ahead and skip to the next day.
Did we see Horatius at all? Or Aldreg?
Okay, so I'm going to have you roll 2 different wisdom checks. The first one for Horatius, so we'll do that.
Both of us, or?
Oh, yeah, both of you.
Wisdom 13.
17.
Okay. And the second one for Aldreg.
7.
11.
So, both of you do actually meet up with Horatius in town, up at the top before heading down to the ship. You see that he is sitting at a table outside of the library that's there, and he seems to be reading a different book from what you saw there previously.
What kind of book?
You look at the cover, and do either of you know the language? 1 second. No.
Draken Regalian.
1 second. Shoot.
Those are the only ones I know. Well, I never speech, but...
Do any of you know the language? Ludric.
Nope.
No.
It is the Sea Elf language, so essentially the Fashion Fae Elves language.
Well, there you go. Nope.
So
Is
you
Mila
can't,
still
you can't
with us?
read what he's doing, but
Mila's common with... Is she with us? She is with us, isn't she?
yeah, she's still
I
on the
don't-
ship. She's still on the ship.
Okay. Yeah, but not with us.
I
right
don't
now.
think it's that important.
No. Anyways, I was just curious.
He looks up and he looks up from his book and he holds his place and he says, "Oh, it sounds like you. It looks like the two of you are doing well." He actually is the one who kind of notices you before you even notice him. Turn around.
Oh, Horatius, yes. I mean, we're being very productive. Has Aishan Island been everything you've expected? it to
Good,
be?
good. It is quite toasty here as he looks around. He's like, nothing that I can't handle. He takes kind of like a hanky out and dabs the sweat from his brow. He has his feet actually reclined, kicked up onto the table, and he says, please do have a seat, as he pulls them forward. He's like, would you like some water? And he has a pitcher of water that he has next to him.
What's up with this guy? Literally every time he grabs just water for people. I guess it's polite, but my goodness. Yuki drinks some of his foot water.
It's a foot water. It's just there. It's in a pitcher,
Okay.
and he pours it for you. It's kind of lukewarm, and he says, "If you were here about 10 minutes earlier, it was ice cold, but unfortunately, it tends
Yuki
to
just sticks
evaporate
her
faster
finger
than I
in.
can drink."
Yeah, right? Yeah, well, there
Yeah, she
you
just
go.
pours. She like stirs it with like, her finger, and it's ices up.
Starts frosting.
Ah, that's better, and she drinks it. Nice and cool. Well, I'm glad that things have been well for you. I just wanted to inform you that we're going back to the ship. Have you heard if King Ferrand has stopped by at all? Yet?
Not that I heard of. I am assuming that there would be kind of a big stink that would be made about that. But everything seems to be normal. The most excitement I think I've seen today is all of the building that is going down at Alomnia's Breath. And he looks to you, the two of you, and kind of like narrows his gaze, and he says, "Are the two of you slacking?"
Oh, quite the contrary. It is Thordane's job to handle that. He is the captain.
Yes, the
after all.
captain, of course.
But we've been productive in our own ways. Isn't that right, Zil?
Yes.
Well, as you can see, I'm reading about seafaring, and he puts the book down, and it's completely written in Ludric. And so,
Nice.
as you can
Obviously.
see, I have been reading about seafaring.
Yeah.
I've spent quite a bit of time on the seas, but I haven't really gotten my hands on too many texts of particularly the Feshenfey elf kind. Learning about how they sail, and their ability to hold their breath under the water. Some even say that they breathe, but it is not the case. They can just hold their breath for long periods of time, I guess, as he begins to speak these truths. And he looks to you, the two of you, and he says,
I don't think that's how Mila was doing it.
Well, she's a princess.
she's a princess. And he says, have you discovered anything of import? They said that there were pirates that were around here. I haven't seen any pirates as of now. Have you uncovered anything about that?
We haven't seen any here, but we got a report of the attack on Decay Town.
Ah, yes. So the words of that scallywag are true.
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. I need to be more polite. And he kind of goes, and he, as he tries to remember the name of the lady, that you guys picked up.
Nida?
Nida.
Yeah, Nida
Nida
Rose.
Rose, I'm home again.
Ah,
Rose.
yes. I'm
We
sorry.
are
Forgive
twins.
me, Nida. Well, if I guess that's one check mark in the direction of learning to trust her.
Yes, I agree, but
She's definitely worth giving a chance.
here's my question, Horatius. What are your plans now that we have delivered you to your final destination? Are you going to stick around with us, or are you going to remain here as we move on?
Well, when do you plan on moving on? This was my original destination, Takai Town, but hearing of its downfall, unfortunately, it seems like not a great place, especially if Jackman Nobbs is out searching for me. That would not be a great place for me to go. And here at Flomberge, it seems decently protected, and they have lots of knowledge for me to gain. I am very curious, though. They do say that this is the site of the Flame Pillar, is it not?
Well, let's answer one question at a time. I think we're going to be here for at least a week. And she turns to Zil. I know Zil's got a few things to get done, but we also have some errands in the general location that we would like to run. Not necessarily on Aishan Island, but in the general vicinity. Maybe potentially a week, I would say, but probably not try to do more than that.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep working with the smith.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Well, the only reason I ask about the Flame Pillar is I haven't found anything in their entire library on it. I did ask, and they said that that would be in the Royal Archives. Unfortunately, I do not have access to the Royal Archives. If you could do me a favor, it seems that you are in the graces of King Nalgoric. If you could perchance ask him if he has any literature on the subject, I would love to read more about it.
As casually as possible, without trying to seem offensive in any way, she's like, why do you want to learn about the Flame Pillars specifically?
Well,
It
some
seems
would
the
say
residents.
some would say it's some kind of pilgrimage site, and many have visited Terabay Island. Many have visited Feshenfey, and those visited Skyspire Island. And this is actually the last of the locations for me that I have not yet visited.
I don't think you're actually going to get to visit to the pillar itself. It's guarded by Nazrahim. Right? That's his name, right?
The Great
So-
Dragon, goodness. No, down into the volcano caldera I do not wish to go. But if that is the case that I am unable to visit, I would at least like to learn something more about it. No libraries, well, at least libraries have very few information, or very little information on such a subject.
This is over game. I'm still suspicious that he's an archdemon. Yuki's not suspicious at all. I'm trying to find a way to. Is there any deception in his words? Immediately.
Make a wisdom skill check.
He's gonna be a little offy. Just wait. 10.
10 now. Not at all.
Okay. All right. All these bad checks are just gonna culminate into like, oh wait, he's an archdemon. Wait, he's been with us the whole time. What?
He can't be.
Why not?
I would feel something.
Oh yeah, that's right. We already tested that. Unless he's really good at suppressing.
Well, yeah,
his...
archdemons might have a special way around that.
I don't know. He's suspicious. He knew about Belbin's bowling.
I like how all of this suspicion stems from the fact that he knows about the bowling.
Oh. No one's ever heard of bowling except for him, and he heard about Belbin.
Folden Rock. It is a normal pastime in Folden Rock. Hence the reason the bowling alley.
But how?
And I did ask if I was. Yeah, I asked if I got the heebie-jeebies when we met him. I think, didn't I?
You did. And you did not get the heebie-jeebies. You still don't get the heebie-jeebies.
But he knew ahead of time that Belbin scored a 300 without any prompting. How did that happen? How did word get out that fast to him?
Hey, Belbin was a celebrity in Folden Rock.
Oh my god. For a day? 2 days?
Yeah.
3 days? How did the word get to him?
Hey,
He might have been there.
They were attacked by a ghost ship, and
Oh,
the
man.
ghosts told
Ragnick
We
told
did
him.
fight the ghost.
Give up, ye. If you have the bowling champion for 3 who hit 300, give him up. Or suffer the consequences.
That fight was after Belbin bowled a 300. I think
Yeah.
it was that night.
I think he bowled 300 the night before, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, it was. I don't
Give
remember.
him up.
Yeah.
That was just over game. Yeah, Yuki is not going to suspect anything, and she'll just be like, okay, well, I'll see if Nikki Nalgor Kragon can get you any information about that. And go back to the ship with Zil.
To the ship.
All right.
So it doesn't really have anything. to
Yeah,
do
you
with
head back.
him.
You head back down, and you see that. As far as Eldreg Monteblair, he is on the ship, but he seems to have locked himself in the captain's quarters as he is working on, in quiet, on the new Glyphex cannon.
Is it the split captain's quarters yet, or the single captain's quarters?
It hasn't been split yet. No.
All right. Poor Thordain. He's getting his room abducted by a madman. It's good.
Mad genius.
Sorry, mad genius.
I think you mean to say.
Yes.
Kokoro is standing guard outside.
Yuki is going to tell Kokoro, what is your master working on in there?
Well, of course, still in the voice of Luxalia. Well, of course, he is working on the Glyphex cannon that we have commissioned. The Draken have been great help. They have brought down all kinds, and she begins to name all, like, literally to a T, every single, like, material that they need in order to build it. And they have been so gracious to bring those first. Master Monteblair, he asked them to come before anything else. He's got lots of work to do, and so he shall not be disturbed. If you have anything to tell him, you can tell me, and I will tell it to him at a later moment.
Yuki inspects her quickly to see if she has been fixed from the pirate fight. Has your master fixed you up yet, or is he too focused on the cannon?
Of course he's fixed me up. I'm his #1 priority.
I kind of doubt that. She doesn't say that out loud. She thinks that in the back of her mind. Well, that is wonderful, Kokoro. I at ease.
Can't do. It's my job to stay on guard.
Okay.
Fortunately for you, I don't get tired.
Hey, well, you're among friends. Chill out a little bit. You sound like Luxalia, but maybe that's part of the reason why you creep her out so much.
Computing air, what is chill out?
You know, when you're a silver draken, it's just natural.
So become colder.
She's not always that chill.
Oh, Zil. Excuse me. You're welcome for my chilliness. Anyways,
She just stares blankly.
Yeah, that was a joke, Kokoro.
Well, I could have a Master Monteblair tweak my coolant, and perhaps I could chill out.
Well, I don't think that'll be necessary.
Sure, ask him about it.
Okay. By the way, the reason I was asking about Horatius was just that. Just wondering if he was coming with us still, or if he was just chilling.
Okay.
So, anyways,
Great.
I don't have anything else I want to do before the meeting of the keys. So,
Me neither.
And with
mean-
that, we skip ahead to not the next day, but the day after. Everyone is very much busy doing their thing, and it's probably around 4 a.m. in the morning when bells begin to ring in Flomberge, heralding a giant ship. Basically led by 4 or 5 basically cavalry on kelpies of Feshin Fey elves, and the boat of King Farrand eventually does dock itself right on the other side of the dock next to you. As King Farrand gets off the ship, you can tell that there is kind of like this air of regalness as he steps down. Princess Mila, she is the first to get off the ship to get off Alamia's breath.
she welcoming him with her hanky, you know.
Father!
Yes.
Father, I've been waiting you. No, she King Farron comes down and she gives him a bow, and he looks to her and he smiles and he pulls her in for a hug and says, "It's good to see that you made it here safe." And he looks at the ship and mentions to Princess Mila, "Were you in a battle? Are you repairing the ship?" And Princess Mila says, "Yes, we were in a battle, but that's beside the point. We are doing upgrades to the ship. It seems that Alamnia's Breath is going to be going to war against Jackman Nobbs." And King Farron says, "I'm very excited to hear all about it." But, he says, he kind of pats her on the head and he says, "Well, I will be heading up to the city. I would love for you to accompany me if you have the opportunity." And Princess Mila agrees, and she says, "Wait, I have to tell everybody that you're here," as she runs back on and begins knocking on doors, and for all of you to know that King Farron has officially arrived. And again, it's like 4 in the morning, so you guys are most likely sleeping.
Except for Thordain.
Except for Thordain, who's on the ship
Way.
doing this, just looking out onto the horizon.
Does he have like an escort like Prince Ali and a genie?
Yeah, he does actually. He has like 5 or
Nice.
6 like armed guards that are with him.
That's pretty sweet.
Just some respect down on my knee.
Yeah, just like well, I guess we greet him and says, King Farrand, welcome to Flomberge. We have news, unfortunate news, but also some other news as well.
Walk with me, as he gestures to you. You can see that there's kind of like this more like serious look on his face as he invites the group of you to accompany him up to the city.
Zill's hair is like...
Yeah, it's good. It's looking like an anime guy. It's looking sweet. Yeah.
It normally looks pretty rough, but it's like extra rough right now.
You're sleeping hard. Yuki informs Prince or King Farrand. So we were in a ship battle. I don't know if it has been informed. Everyone survived. Everyone was okay. However, we did learn some information from that. Takai Town has been razed by a gang of pirates. Led by Jackman Nobbs. Not him specifically as far as we know, but basically killed or dispersed most of Takai Town, and the refugees are just outside the gates. So that's the bad news. The good news is everyone is here for the Conference of the Keys.
And he looks and he says, "So it is as I had feared. Please keep up. I have much to discuss with the king and within your presence as the keepers of the Earth Key." And for that, he stays silent as the group of you wander up to the keep. Obviously, the Draken have spotted the king of the Feshin Fae arrive, and so King Nalgoric is at his hall in order to greet you. And as you do so, he lets you inside, and you can hear King Nalgoric under his breath is like, "Why does everyone arrive in the middle of the night?" Although
We can't control the tides.
At this point, the first sun has risen as it's around kind of 5-ish a.m. in the morning. But the group of you.
First?
What was that?
The first rays.
The first sun?
The first.
Does Everlast have multiple suns?
The first.
Maybe 4 of
rays
them.
Wait, what? No, the first
Does
rays of
Everlast
sun.
have multiple? Oh,
No,
you just said the first sun. I'm like, wait,
the first
wait,
sun of the
wait.
day.
Okay.
The
Carry
first
on.
rays of sun of the day. But you make your way to his hall, and King Farron gestures for all of you to take a seat. And Aldrich Monteblair is not with you. He is very busy at work still. We're probably sleeping at this point. We're just waking up. But King Farron, he...
Did we leave him a note?
No, we'll come back for him.
Okay.
Yeah. This isn't necessarily the meeting of the keys, but it seems King Farron wants to speak with King Nalgoric Cragheim and you, since you are all here. And King Nalgoric, he says, "It is good to see you here. I'm actually surprised to see you with such a small escort." And King Farron says, "We had trouble out on the sea. Fortunately, we were able to make it in time for this meeting, but it seems there is much hardship out for many travelers." And King Nalgoric, he says, "Please, do sit. All of you. I'm sure that what you have to say, all of us could benefit from hearing." And so all of you do take a seat. And King Farron, he says, "Not but 2 days after we departed from Feshin Fae, we ran into severe weather. It was
Yuki
almost...
pipes up.
Yes.
Fog, perchance.
No. Rough seas. Almost as if a hurricane had gone right over us. Normally, we're good at picking up on such changes in the atmosphere, particularly out on the ocean, but it seemed to just hit out of nowhere. And we were... Well, I departed with my ship, along with 3 escort ships. And we were all separated. We do have a course for, just in case we do get separated, and what the plans were to reconvene just north of the island. We waited some 12 miles offshore for what seemed to be a couple of days. But they did not return. We sailed back. I found the remnants of a ship, not ours, floating out in the sea. And that wasn't until we discovered many bodies of my kindred out in the water. We were under attack, or they were attacked. And it seemed that there were no survivors. There is a pirate threat. I know you talked about this. Jackman Nobbs. And King Nalgoric Cragheim, he chimes in and says, "Yes, who now occupies Skyspire Island." And King Farron looks and he says, "I don't know what kind of force they have, and who would dare attack the royal ships of Feshin Fae. But they have guts. I will give them that. There are a few who, and he pauses for a moment. who do us harm out on the sea that are brave enough, as swift justice is often applied to whoever it is. And I very much plan to enact such swift justice. And if this was the work of King Nalgoric, or not, if King Nalgoric, with your permission, if this was the work of Jackman Nobbs, I want to go after them.
Yes.
He looks to you and he sees that all of you are at the table, like,
Yes.
sweet.
Let's get it.
And he says, he looks to you and he says, this war isn't just a war between the Empire and pirates at this point. They have waged war on all of the people of the Inland Sea. And he gives a sigh and he says, needless to say, in the past week, I have received word that ships have been spotted on the outskirts of Feshenfei. My son has put up all precaution, barriers to entry to our city, and also a constant watch. Our ballistas pointed at the ocean. If we are to be attacked by any ways, it will at least not be by sea. They seem to have their eyes on Feshenfei. And I am curious if they're after our destruction, or, like the Krakora, if they're after the power of the Sea Pillar.
That we're not sure. We were able to get word that Jackman Nobbs has no interest in the Sky Pillar, even though he's occupying Sky Spire Island.
Is that so? And who told you this
Yes.
news?
Was it Nida?
Yeah.
Nida. We got into a skirmish with some pirates under Jackman's flag. That's the battle Mila had mentioned to you. And we came out victorious. We actually sunk both their ships, and Nida was the only survivor.
And you trust this Nida?
We've given her a chance. She's actually joined our crew.
Well, where is she now, if I might ask?
Most
Looking out to the rising sun.
Yeah.
Probably asleep.
But she has proven herself, and I think Zil has made me remember something. In one of the ships that did get sunk, Nida said that there was an item locked in a chest that Jackman Nobbs was very curious to have. It is now at the bottom of the sea. I was wondering if, perchance, maybe some of your kin could go and retrieve it at some point as well. Maybe it could give us some clues onto what Jackman Nobbs actually does desire.
We know where it's from, but we can't figure out what it is.
Well, tell me, what do you know?
Deep in the jungle, near to Kai Town, there was a sorcerer, Amos. And
Nobody corrects him.
and we fought him and we defeated him. He was trying to open a portal, I forget why, to like bring some demonic.
Yeah, using blood to like, yeah.
He's trying to enact some blood ritual to awaken or invite a demonic force. And we were able to stop him. But supposedly, these pirates went to the keep after raising to Kai Town. And the captain came out with a box from the keep. Again, we can't figure out what it was. But it's from the fortress of the sorcerer.
Curious. Very curious. Yes, I can have my men look into this. If it is a treasure, a weapon, something that Jackman Nobbs desires, it is a clear import, and our duty is to make sure he does not get it. We must take away any advantage that he has.
Yes. But, yeah, so Naida was able to tell us he has no interest in the Sky Pillar. What we are surmising is that his interest in Skyspire Island is its proximity to Aishan Island,
Curious.
which the raising of Decay Town says that he's got some interest on this island. I don't know if it's what he was after from Amos. I don't know if it's the Flame Pillar or just a vendetta against you, King Nelgoric. But he seems more interested with Aishan Island than Fashion Fae or even Skyspire, beyond tactical purposes.
Thordane speaks up, as if for the first time this session, and he says, or perhaps because of Ashalinthil. You can't tell me that you've all forgotten about Ashalinthil. Our whole adventure into that keep showed us that it was a ruin, once a watchtower of the kingdom of Ashalinthil. One of the very first elven civilizations before it was flooded. If the geography serves right, whether it's the keep or whatnot, Ashalinthil most likely lies beneath us. And King Nelgoric, he kind of thinks about it as he stands up and he says, "Aye. In the founding of this city, when we sailed all the way out here, the proximity to Aishan Volcano made it a perfect place for us Flame Dragon to live. That is until we discovered Nazrahim in the Caldera. Dragons themselves are drawn to power, but I always thought it was power from the elemental pillars. But I didn't think about what lies below. You're right, Master Thordane. Beneath us should be the ruins of an ancient civilization. The kingdom of Ashalinthil, the seat of power. Yes. That would make the most sense." And he gets up and he asks one of his servants and you hear him say, "Go to the Royal Archives, I'm looking for this scroll," and he mentions it, and the person goes off, and he says, "The Draken here have long lived here. What is it? 300 years at this point we have dwelled here in Flomberge, carving our homes out of the surrounding areas, but never daring to go deeper. That volcanic power, it unleashes something."
I mean, we ran into issue in the mines when we first got here.
Aye. Indeed. And at this point, somebody comes with a scroll, and he unfurls it, and he says, "Ah, yes, this is exactly it. So these are documents from the founding of Flomberge. This was the very first lord." And he begins to read from it. "I see." As he begins to read, and he says, "Here, I knew that something sounded familiar. This afternoon we shall have the meeting of the keys. The very first documented meeting happened within the first year of the establishment of this island. From the Order of Amandalius. King Farron, perhaps you remember. King Farron nods. And those who held tutelage over the Sky Pillar at the time. Yes. Where we are to have our meeting, I think, will uncover the secrets of this island. Perhaps why Jackman Nobbs is drawn to it. Yes. It talks of a doorway. A doorway to the depths below. After that meeting of the keys, a doorway appeared. And once it was shut, it hadn't been opened again. Whoever was asked to go down below failed. Or maybe is still down there. But they did not find answers at that first council. Yet, the elemental pillars stayed intact, in possession. And we sure, and maybe some of them have changed hands, changed power over time. It wasn't until now that I see its power waning. I've been king here for a mere 40 years. And its power is lesser now than it ever has been. Almost as if something is draining it. King Farron, what do you say of the sea pillar? And King Farron, he says, whatever seems to be plaguing the flame pillar does not seem to have been the case at the sea pillar. It seems just as strong, just as vibrant as before. We must ask Aldreg. Because we know what happened to you. The Order of Amandalius was slain. Goblins, cultists, and an elemental siphoning the power out of Terabey's island Earth Pillar. But you were able to restore it, were you not?
As far as we know.
And currently, Smaldran, the son of Nazrahim, is looking over the island and protecting it on our charge.
King Farron looks kind of like a little bit askance as he says, and you trust dragons with such power?
More than goblins.
And to be perfectly honest, it was a fair deal. We saved Smaldran and gave him a great favor, and he's doing us a favor for watching over the Earth Pillar until the Order of Amandalius arrives to take its rightful place back.
We were able to talk to High Priest Godfried on Folden Rock. So the Order is aware of the disappearance.
I see. Well, it seems that we have much to discuss. And before we go even deeper, so we're not having to catch Aldreg up, I think the last of what we should talk about should be done at the Council of the Keys. And King Nalgoric says, and I couldn't agree more. Perhaps, King Farron, that gives you time for you and your escort to go find what it was that was sunken. And perhaps that'll enlighten us, give us more answers as to what we need.
Speaking of which, the one who had sunk the ship, King Nagor Cragheim you had met yesterday or 2 days ago. His name was Horatius. He is a Valedun elf in very old origin. And she turns to King Farrand. Do you know of a Valedun elf by the name of Horatius?
Few Valedun elves wander the world today. I'm sure you know they are a dying race. Their home, the Valedun, was taken over by blight. Something wicked, something evil coming out of Fexordum. Horatius. If I were to... I know many of the living Valedun elves today. Like Lady
He's very
Zillion.
old.
Very old, you say?
Yes. Thousands of years, he claims.
Much older than the typical life of an elf. No. I don't think my path has come across such a individual known as Horatius. Do you think maybe he goes by another name?
Not as far as we know. And she turns to Zil. He is here in Flomberge, and he actually was curious about the Flame Pillar and turns to Nagor Cragheim and says, in fact, he wants to learn more about the pillars. He seems very curious. A curious fellow. I guess if you've lived long enough on this earth to... I guess the constant search for knowledge is there, but he seems very harmless, and he's been nothing but help to us. Maybe you could learn more about him, and maybe he could learn a little bit more about the Flame Pillar, per se. He seems harmless.
Oh, and he's part of your crew, is he not?
We kind of picked him up as a passenger. He
It-
helps out where he can, but he's not a formal member.
And maybe this bodes well. Apparently Jackman Nobbs is looking for him, according to Nida.
He does have access to manic abilities.
King Farron
Quite
thinks
potent
for a
ones.
moment, and he says, that may answer our question about why I don't know him. If he is on the run, perhaps he has disguised himself, his name. Perhaps. Either way, it would be good to know someone of such ancient origin. Few have lived long enough in this world to... And you said he was thousands of years. A typical elf typically only lives to be around 750, meaning something sustains him. Have you noticed anything?
Over game. He said 2000, right?
Yeah,
He's been around since the creation. Okay, yeah. No. I mean, aside from the fact that he pretty much purely runs on mana, it seems. He crashes out when he doesn't have it, and we've had to give him mana potions from time to time, but he does seem to be a potent wielder of mana, as Zil had mentioned.
He is ultimately what sunk one of the pirate ships.
Is he now? Well, I very much am curious about this Horatius fellow. Perhaps after our meeting, and after business out on sea is done, we can meet properly. It seems he has helped you out, meaning he is a friend of mine if he is a friend of yours.
He's given us no reason to doubt him, and he's been nothing but cordial to us. But yes,
Kind of weird obsession with water.
He does. Every time you talk to him, he'll offer you some water, so be prepared for
Maybe
that.
you'll like him.
He takes off his boots, or he puts on his boots as well. Like he's going somewhere when he needs to, whenever someone walks in on him, and then offers them water. So...
Curious. Well, everybody has their own isms that they have.
I guess so. Anyways, that was just an aside. However, maybe it is a good opportunity to meet him. Again, he seems harmless, and he seems to be powerful in his own right and in his own way, and maybe he could help us as well in this fight against Jackman Nobbs and whatever's happening at the Earth Pillar. Or the Flame Pillar, sorry.
Indeed. And King Nalgoric, says, indeed. Let's say at high noon we all meet at the location. He pulls out his map and he points to the statue, and he says, "This is where the door will appear. We must be careful, though. No onlookers. Anybody who are unwelcome. This is strictly for business of, well, us." And King Farron says, "I'm sorry, my daughter. You cannot join us here. But you would do me a great service if you would keep an eye out. Anything suspicious going around town. This is a very serious meeting with very serious matters to attend to. And if something were to happen, I need to know that you're at least safe." And Princess Mila, she nods and she says, "You know, of course, I'll do anything that you ask, Father." And King Nalgoric says, "Don't worry. This city is quite well defended. If we are to be attacked, we will know it." And with that, do you have any last-minute things to say before you go?
No.
And so you all depart for doing whatever you were going to do. You have a few hours to do. Is there anything that you guys want to check in on before the meeting does start?
I mean, Yuki needs to pick up her jewelry and then check to see if there's an enchanter as well.
Okay.
So that's it. Yep.
There is no enchanter here. As
That's
mentioned, enchanting is very, very rare.
Okay.
So
It's just the one blind guy.
the one blind
Yep.
guy, yeah.
Yep. And in Fashion Fae, they had the royal enchanter.
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, elves are more likely probably to have enchanters than Draken or humans or anything like that.
Well, there you go. Yep. Nothing else from me.
Okay.
So.
And with that, you all make your way out into the town. King Farron, he does order all of his men to head down to the bay, asking specific questions, particularly using Princess Mila to discover where anything is. Or like where like the fight happened and where the ships are sunk and all that kind of stuff, which she does help out with. Yep, Yuki, you go pick your stuff up, and you all do meet at the designated location. It is at the highest part of the city, actually. So while the main keep raises higher than this area, so it still kind of looks over. As far as like actual physical land goes, this is the highest part of the city at the very far northern tip. It is surrounded by kind of like this lava river with mountains to the north side of it. And there is a sole statue that hovers. It looks to be a statue of what looks to be kind of some kind of Halia figure. And with it is the basically the base of it that has kind of like the 4 entry points for where the elemental keys are to be placed. Are you guys going to bring Aldreg with you, or are you going to meet him?
Yeah.
We'll bring him with.
Yeah. We'll go down and I'm assuming get him.
Perfect. And you
Give
do,
him the lowdown.
You are actually the last. The group of you are the last to arrive, as King Farron has his guard a good earshot outside, basically guarding the way up, with some Drakengard as well. As you kind of process up to the top of this plinth.
We brought Barnacle Bill as our guard.
I'll stay here and keep a lookout for you.
Thank you, Barnacle
I've
Bill.
honed my grappling skills.
Just you guys wait. In a future set, Barnacle Bill EX is going to be the strongest card.
Spider of the Mass.
That'll be
This is
his trait, yeah.
Yeah.
Stronger even than when the Guardians, the Serac, get their cards.
He's gonna be
Even
a
than when Malvish gets
legendary
his
EX.
full card.
But
Good stuff.
for flavor text, sometimes the Fashion Fae elves and the Draken need some entertainment, so Barnacle Bill's that for them.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But anyways, the group of you head up to this pillar or to this statue, and you are greeted by both King Nalgoric and King Farrand, both of which seem to be wearing some kind of almost kind of like holy vestments, as they are still royal and regal, but not the typical armor. Almost as if this is a kind of more of like a solemn, serious occasion. There are out in front of the pillar look to be chairs made of stone that are there. There have been a few extra chairs that have brought, because there's specifically 4 chairs. There's been a few extra chairs that have been brought up specifically for the rest of the Eclaas Eeas specifically. But you all gather, and with this, the meeting of the keys commences, and we are going to go ahead and end our session for today.
Woo! Oh my god.
We're ready. We're ready.
Dun, dun, dun. And with that, thoughts on today's session? Starting with Max.
Still got to do more smithing.
It's
Always a good day. This is why I've been so excited to try, or mentioned several times to try to get Forge on the ship, so we can keep doing it and make money.
Someone's got to pay the bills.
Yeah, it's not gonna be me.
Thordane can't be a philanthropist forever.
It's like Calvinish's money anyway. So that's true.
Yeah. So that was really exciting. Good to be back in Flomberge. Flomberge is great. What the heck is happening? What is this door? What is down there? Oh my goodness. Yeah, totally forgot about Inshallah though.
Yep. The history. We read about it in a book. And then pops up again.
You expect me to read? Well, I'm still alive?
I think Thordane read it. He just didn't tell anyone. He just kept it
Why
to himself.
read about the stuff when you just beat up the stuff the book's about?
Yeah.
Also, I think there were tapestries and stuff about it in the keep too. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
There you go. We did learn. I do remember learning about it at some point. I just
Yeah.
can't remember when.
Yeah.
Oh, you also too down below the when you were fighting the Krakora, in the cathedral, they had like the stained glass windows and stuff of kind of the story of
Yep.
Ashalanthil, like the
Yep.
kingdom of Ashalanthil. So
That's right.
Yeah, but no, it was great. Want to do more smithing? I always want to do more smithing.
Just do a whole session, one shot with just Zill and smithing.
You guys come back. So I have 10,000 ES. What?
Yeah, not even.
Wheeling and dealing.
I can
Yeah,
buy
or-
my own pillar, elemental pillar,
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, imagine.
the pillar of wealth, the pillar of
Made out of
riches.
purifinium.
Ooh, beautiful. And got to get someone to enchant it so it actually has like a. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
Just every hour, it just spits out an EP.
Just, it makes its own money.
It's a
The
mint.
money.
Causes inflation in the whole continent.
There's nothing actually magical about it. You just open up and there's just a little Earth Shia just
Freaking out.
just like minting coins one at a time.
And the magical glow is just his lamp.
Anyway, yeah, it was great. We're excited to see where the meeting goes. Lots of things to be discussed and answered. So, yeah.
It's true. Dane, your thoughts?
Yeah, I am collecting all of the jewelry. It's gonna be great. Get it enchanted one time. Switch them in and out for the useful situations. But no, aside from that, learning a lot. Again, it's always a good session. Getting some lore drop. Crazy the fact that King Farron's gonna join us.
Yeah, that was really exciting.
That was really cool. And so, yeah, this is going to be interesting. Is this going to be a dungeon that's coming up with King Nalgoric Cragheim and King Farrand? It's going to be sweet. We're going to talk to Nazrahim and then potentially get him to join the cause as well.
Flying
Just
in
go-
on a dragon and just...
Yeah, blow up Sky Spider. It's not blow it up, but
Basically, you've got an ancient dragon from the dawn of creation there to.
He's just been sleeping. He's good. If not Smoldran, who's kind of ancient. He's somewhat ancient.
Yeah, a little bit less ancient, but yeah.
But pretty cool. But yeah, no, it was a really good session. I'm really excited, and I'm glad we didn't get into like the meat and potatoes of the Conference of the Keys, partially because I want Cole and Connor to be here for it. So,
Or at least one of them, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Mhm.
Agreed.
yep, really good. I enjoyed it. How about you, Kyle?
Yeah, it was a good session. I never know exactly what is going to happen. I know there was like a little bit of time lag between when King Farron would get here and like what you were going to do, and so I would definitely was kind of along the same lines, especially when I found out that Cole and Connor weren't going to be here, of not necessarily extending it out, but giving you guys the opportunity to feel prepared for whatever is going to be happening. During this Council of the Keys, because as I mentioned at the beginning of the session, this is kind of like the climactic point, this meeting of where like everything that has happened in the adventure, specifically like the streamed stuff, is culminated to this moment, and what it's going to mean, which is good why you guys are like learning stuff like in the whole process, like slowly, but also kind of building up like your purpose for like the push for kind of like the back end of this adventure. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what actually ends up happening, what you guys are discussing about. And that's kind of a little bit of homework that I have for you guys is think of things that you want to discuss about your journeys. Kind of, it could be things from like things from the past to what you've experienced, or even like just like new ideas. It's because this council is essentially used to plan what to do next. And then the actual like turning of the keys is going to open something that would be able to help you. So
It's gonna be real good.
it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be real nice.
So.
Or so we thought.
Be good. Well, yeah, no, I mean it's a good session. I'm really excited. It kind of really feels like it's coming to an epic climax of the whole adventure. What the last 2 years we've been streaming this.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
at least for the inland sea,
Mhm. For
it's
sure.
coming to an end. How many sessions do you think, Kyle?
Dude, I don't know. Like, I feel like we can extend like sessions for what was it? We spent like 4 or 5 months in Fulton Rock, and that took place over 2 days,
Yeah.
3 days. So
I don't know what you're talking about. We're really
who
efficient.
knows? I mean, it's okay though, because like what I love about this group is it's not just like kind of dinking around, just like doing stuff. Like every conversation, everything that happens is good for helping us learn about Eclaas and what's going on, but it's going based off of stuff which is important to you guys. And I feel like it's kind of more of like a natural like gaining of information than it's like, okay, this happened. And yeah, it gives you kind of a little bit more investment into the adventure, as it were. So yeah, it's cool. And then when it's exciting when you get to like see characters, and when the card game expansion comes out where you get to see some of these characters again too, which will be super sweet. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. But no, I don't really have anything else to add. Dane, do you have anything?
I mean, aside from like the card game, all the first round of orders have been out. So if you are listening and you have not answered the survey, answer the survey so we can get you your cards, because there's no other way for us to get you your cards, because that's how we get our team gets the address to be able to send it to you. So everything's ready and packed. We're literally just waiting on a couple people. So just feel free to reach out to us if not. Yeah, that's the first edition for the Heroes of the West and the Raising of Helix. Again, we do have Everlast League starting in Castle Rock at Even Conceivable Toys and Games, starting on the 4th Tuesday of every single month, starting at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So come join us for that.
Castle Rock outlets, everybody.
Yes, Castle Rock outlets. It's a grand old time, and then hopefully we can start. So I've reached out to a couple other shops and places for other league and hosting events, and I'll let you know if we get anything else from that. We do have an active FAQ on the card game as well, and it is going to be added to. So version 1.0 is up currently on the website. It is also available in the Discord, so feel free to check that out. And we're going to be continuing to add more and more to that. And then when the Unlimited release comes out of Heroes of the West and the Raising of Helix, all of those mistakes and all those clarifications should be fixed on those cards. So that way
We'll
they're
always keep clarifications, and so like if there's like a question about like a certain rule of like a card and maybe it's like not too clear or something like that, that will always stay up. But as far as like actual like errors on like cards and corrections, yeah, when we get the 2.0 will come out, and then it'll cover, basically it'll just omit all of those, and we'll start focusing on future sets as those come out. But the goal is to come out kind of with, we'll have, for example, coming up, we'll have like a 1.1 FAQ coming up here within the next week as we continue to go over cards as we're getting everything down. But then like 2.0 will be like when the next set is released and that kind of stuff. And so that'll kind of be how we keep track of everything so far, as obviously we're only in our first like couple sets, and we don't really have formats or anything that are going to be going out for the time being. So everything is going to be legal. Everything on the FAQ is going to cover everything that's legal. So look forward to
We're
that.
doing our best.
Yeah, it's a small team, and especially to start, hopefully we can continue to expand with it as the game continues to grow, but it'll be really, really good. And if you want to support the game of Everlast, aside from buying, again, it is going to be sold on the website as well as it is currently being sold at Inconceivable Toys and Games. So if you're curious about purchasing any first edition stuff, feel free to go over there. By supporting them, you support us by buying the product. So, because they'll buy more product from us if they sell out. So please continue to support them. But also, if you want to support like the creation of the game, again, art's not cheap. And that's the one thing we're always told about the card game, is how amazing the art is. And our artist doesn't come cheap. And so there's a couple ways to be able to support Fantasy Forge Studios so we can pay our artist. And that is with Coffee of the Realm and Fragrances of the Realm. They are Everlast themed coffee and candles, and they're really good. There's a bunch of different blends for the coffee and a bunch of different scents for the candles. They're really good at setting ambience for the for your tabletop RPGs, or just to make your room smell nice, which is nice. And also delicious coffee. I'm a really a fan, and it has official Everlast artwork on it, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty nifty. Aside from that, we also have our amazing sponsor, Dice Snacky. They're a Japanese sweets and luxury treats company based in Tokyo, Japan. They're a small family business, and by supporting them and by mentioning at checkout, there's a little place where you can like type that Forge sent me, or I came from Fantasy Forge, or something like that. That's how we get the referral for that. And once we hit a certain amount of referrals, we'll give away a box for free. We've already given 2 away for free on our channel because of your guys' support. But also, if you don't mention Fantasy Forge, we will not get the referral, and we do not get the referral income for that. So please refer, because it's also a big way that we get a chunk of the sale, and we put that towards paying our artist. So please consider checking them out. And it's a great plate. It's a great way to experience some really good Japanese sweets and luxury treats. So aside from that, anything else, Kyle, you want to add on top of that?
Nope, just pray for us as we continue to evolve this game, whether it's the tabletop role-playing game or the trading card game, everything that is involved with the creation of it. It can't be done without you and your prayers and your support, and obviously your constant interest in it as well. I just want to thank you all so much for joining us, and again, hopefully next time that we have, actually, let's take a look at the calendar for our next session. I do believe it is the 8th of October. Yes, or not
August?
August. Yep, that's a word.
Imagine October.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's so long.
August 8th is going to be our next one, which is going to be the second Friday of the month. For those of here who are in my time in the East, it's going to be October 9th. But check out the Discord, because it's going to be set to that specific time, whatever your computer's set at. So the meeting of the keys is actually going to happen. I don't think there's literally anything else that can possibly be done to prevent this meeting of the keys to happen. You guys are literally seated at it, so
Don't say that. We'll find a way.
yeah, my computer will break again, and then oh man, it's gonna be all ogre. But no, it's all good. But just know that we're praying for you. Pray for us. Pray for each other, and we will see you all in the next one. God bless you all.